Welcome to Yerba Talks.
Damn. Welcome to another video review. I am Max the cat is somewhere, and today we are checking in Potato. I checked in with Dave for a while, and it's exactly as derpy as you might expect. Before we do anything, make sure to do the social thing is like, share, subscribe, send this to a friend, send this to your Stevie. Go to the corner, use the corner of your street, and you'll subscribe to Share Romante Talks. And that way we can share the love for the channel. Wait, do I sound bad? Oh, shoot, I didn't get the mate ready. Fuck me. Okay, well, let's do this. 1 second. I see a cat. I see a cat. Yes, I saw a cat. Here we go. We have the feline here, very angry. Why are you like this? Why? Why? Why you do it to me? Huh? You terrorist. Okie dokie. No. No. Ah, he's biting my leg. Ah, fucking puto. Why is he so angry? I don't know. He was just born that way. I need to go for a second, get my mate ready because I suck. Jack asked, did that Gen Alpha version queue up need more time to prepare? I see his debate was moved to July 11. As far as I know, it was Dr. John wasn't feeling so well, so he left it for another he had to swap the dates. Okie dokie. I fed him. I fed him like an hour ago. He gets 2 meals a day. And let me just remind you that he didn't even have a home before. So he has nothing to complain about. Absolutely nothing. He has a warm home, a bed to sleep in, and yada yada. Okie dokie. Let me pin the link. And I'll play you something while I go get my mate from the kitchen, and we'll be back in almost no time. I also give my cat 2 meals a day. Yeah. He gets 1 in the morning and 1 around 7, 8. Pin. There we go. All right. I'll leave you with a classic.
And results in no contradictions. The other one does not comport with reality and does result in contradictions. Which one are you going with?
The one that physically proved to me what I live.
I'm giving you 2 options. You have to pick one or the other. And if you don't
contradictory,
I'm going to give you one or the other. So, one model comports with reality and has no contradictions. The other model doesn't comport with reality and has contradictions. Which model would you go with?
Contradictions.
Did you all fucking hear that? So you're going to go with a model that has contradictions, so you don't care what's real or what's not, what's fake and what's real. You don't give a flying fuck about any of that?
I care about physics that everybody can test and demonstrate in a lab or outside in your back or front yard, close and local to you. Every human.
Yeah.
All right, so that thing is not ready. So let's go here. Boom, 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 boom. Jack Fetter for 199 says, no one can claim you don't get mad pussy. Hell yeah. Thank you for that. Tay says, you know, the sad thing is Demok has more balls than a lot of the other flurbs proven on the last Toon stream. Yeah, the problem with Demok is he says stuff like this.
Stars. It should be bright as hell and day, never anything but day. How was it ever dark up there is what I'd like to know. When the only thing that can happen is all those lights will hit your eye just like my laser beam. Right on your eyeball. Boom, 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 boom. Same way, buddy. You don't see the path of it, stupid, but it will pop you. It'll hit you.
Demok is a random sentence generator. Like
Sun's not going down, Eddie, down.
boom,
boom, boom, boom, boom, boom, boom. Same way, buddy.
Hell yeah. Tori says, hello, everyone. I'm not here. I'm sleeping. Shh. It would be a shame if someone started yelling. I mean, you know that I randomly do that, so that's on you. I am not material to put on before going to bed. Wait, I need to get the mate. So what can I leave you with? I'll just play this. Be right back.
All right, thank you. Hey, everybody. All right, so we're going to go over some stuff that you know, maybe some new stuff. Nothing's going to be too complicated. There will be 2 or 3 slides that you're going to have to focus and actually use your God-given common sense in your brain to follow the math. Not hard math, easy math. There we go. So the theme here is how to wake up your brainwashed friends. The questions that they always ask and some simple answers. One of the things I like talking about is the analemma. Most people don't even know what it is. And you can see that this analemma was shot in the north because the smaller circle is at the top, right? If you look at the flat earth model, when the sun is over.
Oh, you have a model? Wait, I need to get the counter up because this is going to be full of derp. So counter title, dumb stuff said. Boom, 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 boom. Same way, buddy. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. And let's reset that back to 0 or, well, actually, no. He said I'll raise some dumb stuff, so we'll leave it at 5. Okie dokie. Brenda, welcome. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm fantastic. It's a little bit cold here, but other than that, excellent.
It's 70 degrees Fahrenheit here.
And what is that in real degrees? 70
I don't know.
Celsius. That's 21. That's nice. That's comfy. Just a light sweater. Yes, she did. Emma did go to school with me, and she was everyone's favorite. I'm guessing that you can figure out why. Yes, I know that girl. every time they bring that up. Yes, we are Celsius. We use Celsius, kilometers. We use real units down here because, you know. So, all right, let's see what fresh derp Dave has for us today.
The Tropic of Cancer, it makes a smaller circle and it makes a bigger circle over the Tropic of Capricorn. So if we look, here's the sun going over the Tropic.
Oh, look, it's a debunked app. An app that will leak your information and dox you for all of the internet. And also, it has a flat earth like dating thing, which, ew. I mean, ew. And of course, this was debunked when in Antarctica, the group were looking at the sun south of them. So, starting off badly here.
Of Capricorn, and then that's in December, and then in June it moves into the Tropic of Cancer. Now the Globers always say, well, the sun has to speed up, you know, because it's making a
yes, it has a flat earth dating thing. Oh my, can't even imagine that. Speaking of flat earth dating,
you can't call us liars. You have no fucking business calling us liars. Are you serious? Who the fuck wants that for themselves and their families? To be shit on, to be talked bad about, to not have fucking, you know how many fucking jobs I couldn't get because I'm a fucking flat earther? You know how much pussy I couldn't get because I'm a flat earther back in the day? I couldn't get, like, I'd tell girls and they'd be like, no, you're a what? Oh man, this poom poom was about to be yours, but you a flat earther? Nah, dog. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I can't do it. This poom poom was about to be yours. Never, no truer words have ever been spoken.
bigger circle in the same 24 hours. So it does. And we're going to go over that. So all the old globes used to have the NLM on it. For some reason, they took it off. Don't know why. This guy took a picture of the sun every day for 3 years, and it made a perfect analemma. You can tell this was shot in the north, and if you look at the lowest point on the south, you got to figure, all right, that's the winter. That looks like about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it is. It's 4:40 in the afternoon. So you can kind of tell from any analemma where it was taken, what time it.
Oh, but you don't even need to do a 1 year long observation of the analemma. You can just
Day it was.
Sorry, you can just see what direction the sun sets. And if it's going left to right, you're in the north. If it's going right to left, you're in the south. Simple, easy. I mean, and also you can tell from the stars, but I'm guessing you have some copium explanation for that.
Taken. And the reason that they don't do it at noon. Now, this is an analemma. Shoot the ground and the sky at the same time. So that's why people do it in the afternoon. Now, this is an analemma. They miss some days. That's okay. You can still see the loops. And on 4.
Oh, look. I told you, this guy did the analemma and then also did the sun setting, right? And you can see that it's setting left to right. Well, left. I have to do it the other way, left to right. So yeah, you know that this is the north. Huh. Funny how that works.
The days, they shot it every 15 or 20 minutes or whatever, showing the progression during the day. So the line on the right is.
Oh, Dave. Why isn't you say that the sun is moving away from you? Why isn't it getting smaller as it sets? Why is it the same size? Because this is clearly. Oh no, maybe they're points or because I hold on, let me think. Because we're seeing the sun there and we're seeing the glare. So yeah, probably the dots are never mind.
June. So in June, at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you got about 3, 4, or 5 hours of light still. And then if you look at the little one on the edge there, that would be the south. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
The flip-flops. I'm going to ding him 10 times for the flip-flops. Because there's nothing less serious than giving a presentation on anything wearing flip-flops.
The sun is gone in half an hour. It's gone. Earth is a sphere and they make empty claims. So that's another trick that Globers do. They'll just make an empty claim completely wrong, but say it like it's true and people just believe it, right? For example, IFL Science the other day said flat earthers proved wrong by using a security camera in a garage, right? And so this is what they did. This guy did an analemma by using his garage cam, his Ring cam, and took a picture of the corner of his house every day for a year, and it made an analemma. How the heck does that prove the globe? That proves flat Earth. But they just said.
The copium.
It literally doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
The size of the loop is dictated by the tilt.
Yep. And the funny thing is that he's going to talk about seasons next, and he has to make some very wacky explanation about that. But the tilt explains a bunch of stuff all together at once in very parsimoniously.
Well, if the Earth was flat and the sun was going between the two tropics and the equator in that band, and it goes back and forth between them in summer and winter, it would just be a line, I think, right? Because it would always, every year would be the same length, because the part of the reason for the analemma is because the Earth's orbit is an ellipse.
An ellipse, yep.
So at the same time of the day in the winter as in the fall, the sun is in a different position because the Earth has moved halfway around its orbit. But that doesn't happen on a flat Earth. Supposedly, with a flat Earth, the sun would just kind of go to my vision or to your vision in the southern hemisphere. I think it would go up and down because it would be closer to you at one time of the year and further from you at another. So would it appear? So when it's in the which one is the northern hemisphere? The Tropic of Cancer or Capricorn?
I always have to double check because I never remember that.
Whichever one, from your vantage point in Uruguay, if it's following the northern tropic, it would appear lower in the sky and further away.
Yes.
And then if it was in the southern hemispherical tropic, it would appear higher in the sky and closer to you. But presumably it's the same revolution every time. So it'd be in the exact same spot all the time. There would be no loop. There's a loop because the Earth's orbit is elliptical.
Exactly.
I hope I have that right. If I'm wrong,
I think so. The tilt also explains the 24-hour sun in the north, the 24-hour sun in the south. It explains the seasons. It explains the anal emma. And what else?
Nothing explains anal emma.
Oh, she was the best. Good times. Mwah. Hey, Emma, we love you. Everyone loved her. Yeah, no, I think that's it. It's the analemma, the seasons.
Steve makes a good point that it's also the size. The Earth moves at different speeds at aphelion and perihelion, and it would always move at the same speed if it's just racetrack sun.
Yes. Or when it moves towards the bigger circle that in the Tropic of Capricorn in the south, it would have to change velocity because it completes a bigger distance in 24 hours.
That's true.
And yet, while it's in the south, going faster I get longer days. How the fuck does that work?
But they don't have any explanation. They can't even explain why the sun is up there. Shouldn't it fall down?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And what's
Mr.
moving it? What's moving it? What energy source is propelling the sun?
Mr. Eman sent me a link. Give me 1 second. Copy link. He says it's the explanation for GMT, Greenwich, Greenwich Mean Time. Okay. Go to site. Understanding solar day length variation. July 25th is one of the 4 days in a year which the length of the apparent solar day, the natural day measured by the rising and setting of the sun, is 24 hours. And they show here the variation. For practical timekeeping purposes, the length of the day is 24 hours. Astronomers call these the mean solar day. However, the actual length of the apparent solar day, which is the time difference between 2 successive occasions when the sun is at its highest elevation in the sky, varies throughout the year. It's at its longest 24 hours 30 seconds around Christmas Day, and its shortest 23 hours 59 minutes 38 seconds in mid-September. Nice. Cause 1, the Earth has an elliptical orbit. Yep. Orbit faster, orbit slower. In the perihelion, it goes faster when you're closer to the object, and then when you get to the aphelion, or the apoapsis of the orbit. And cos 2, the tilt of the Earth axis. Dave. Poor Dave, getting everything wrong. I'm surprised. I'm kind of glad that Truth or Con it has so many empty chairs.
Say it, and Globers go, see, man, look, they don't even know their own mind.
They don't know their own model. How many times have I heard that before? Let's see. Let's see here. I'm trying to gauge how many people there are. I'm glad. So yeah, the truth movement, it's growing, guys. It's definitely growing.
They don't even know their own models. So these are just empty claims that they make. Another one is Neil deGrasse Tyson. He said Eratosthenes, prove the shape of the Earth. And then when we proved him wrong, he goes, well, Globers, flat earthers, it does work with 2 destinations.
For a second,
He'll explain it.
with a sun that's big and far away, so that all the light comes in parallel, but only one well at a time is lit all the way to the bottom. Turns out with just 2 wells, there's enough wiggle room for both explanations to fit our observations. Eratosthenes only had 2 wells, but what if he had added a third? With a third well, it doesn't matter where the sun is. No flat Earth model can explain the angles of all 3 shadows.
He just says that, and it actually shows.
The sound effect. Oh my. He's done with the analemma, moved on already. Oh yeah, this is speed running. This is speed running.
Exactly how it works. It's just a diagram, but it's showing that it does work.
Electron Element says Dave would never speak before a group of aerospace engineers. In fact, engineers will become angry for having their time wasted. Oh yeah. He only speaks at this very derpy places. But to be perfectly honest, Dave Wise wouldn't even dare speak to me. Remember, give me 1 second. Where did I put that video? Here we go. One moment. Share clip, copy. There we go. All right. Boom.
To discuss it before we going offline. We have a guy that wants to debunk flat Earth dive about the round, the flat Earth. Do you guys want him to join?
I'm not interested in talking to any of these trolls. I never talk to them. They're a waste. They're a waste of energy. You can talk to them all you want. You should talk to them. You go ahead, have them on.
I would like to see somebody.
You should watch. There's hundreds of debates with really good flat earthers talking to these guys, and the arguments, it just goes nowhere. We've been doing it for years, and we're literally, it's not worth talking to them. Now they could say the same to us. Feel free to talk to anyone that you want. It's a free world. I choose not to talk to satanic trolls. I don't.
Satanic as fuck. And then, of course, I appear right after Dave runs away like the little bitch that he is. Austin, welcome. How you doing?
What's up? How's it going, buddy? Good to see you.
Fantastic. Good to see you too. We are dealing with Dave here. Haven't checked in with him in a while, so.
But he just says it. And by the way, Eratosthenes wasn't even using wells; he was using sticks. So the story just changes. And again, it's just,
yeah. It's the same.
Can I?
Yes.
He used a pillar of some kind in one place, and a well in the other. So yes, he used a well.
And well, yep.
Right. He knew that at this day of the year that the sun would be directly overhead the well, shine directly into it. So he didn't even have to go there. He just had to know that at this time of the year, that well would be, the sun would be directly overhead, and then he could say, here's a pillar, a post or something that wasn't a stick. I think it would have been something else. I don't know. And then I can measure that shadow length. And from there I can do my calculations.
Yep.
And one more thing, Neil deGrasse Tyson fudges things quite a lot. And while it's true that 3 observation points would be enough to solidify that the Earth is curved, Eratosthenes wasn't testing to see if the Earth was a curve or a globe. He already believed it was, because it was Aristotle who established that the Earth must be at least curved or a globe. And he had different arguments for why that would be, namely, ships go over the horizon. There are stars that can't be seen in different places. Things like that. He had arguments for why we should believe that the Earth was a globe. And the globe Earth was taught in Plato's Academy for 400 years.
If I recall, one of his biggest arguments for why the Earth was a sphere, a globe, was because it cast a circular shadow on the moon during eclipses. And if it were a flat circle, it should cast an elliptical shadow. And
right, exactly. He said, we always see a curved shadow. And so the only geometric shape that always casts a curve is a sphere.
Yep. Welcome, Jack. How are you doing?
Good evening, fellow anti-flat earthers.
Did you pull yourself away from Mikey's stream?
Hey, I have a question, and I need to back up just a minute if you'll allow.
Yes, of course.
So the question is about the analemma, and I'm curious why anyone uses it, because it's fairly boring. But for anyone not really familiar, and I wasn't familiar for the longest time because I just didn't care to know what it was, if you just take any recurring pattern and you take a picture of it at the same time every day until the cycle repeats, and you plot those points, it'll usually form a shape. It could be a single dot, it could be a circle, it could be random, it could be a square, it could be, in this case, a figure 8. My question is, why do they use it unless they're going to do the math to prove that our geometry wouldn't work? Like, what is the point that they bring it up? I don't understand why. Yeah. I don't even understand why we use it, but why did they use it?
That's a fair point, because they never actually do the math for the analemma.
Yes.
At least I've never seen anybody,
nor have I
recall.
But my point is, if you just take anything that recurs, it will make a pattern, you know. And what's the point? What if it made an oval? So what? What if it made a circle? So what? It happens to make a figure 8, and it can be mapped to the movement of the sun and the Earth, or the Earth relative to the sun. But I just don't understand why Dave thought he scored a touchdown there.
Well, that's a good point. I don't know.
Well, I don't know how it would translate on the sun doing circles about the flat Earth to that figure 8. I don't think it would.
Well, remember they claim that it changes orbit, right? So that's why that's one of the reasons they had to do it, but obviously for seasons and that. But if it did just orbit a single point all the time, then it should look like a single point or a circle. Let me think. It should look like a single point. Unless they adjust for time change.
No, I don't think I can visualize that.
So think about a circle orbiting a plate, a dinner plate. You take a picture of it from the same place every day. If the orbit of that circle didn't change, then it should be literally a single point that never moves.
Well, in their model, it goes between the two
right
tropics.
Right.
So,
my point is, but unless he compares them or unless he proves, hey, we did the math and it doesn't work, I just don't get this whole point. Sorry.
They never do math. They never do the math. Hold on. Let's see if we can figure this out.
But other than that, I have no idea. I suppose just to sow doubt.
Okay. So
it would definitely make a point. I'll stand by that.
The flat Earth from above, and then we this line is the projection line, and then we have this here. So let's do
only by adding their smaller diameter circle, moving to a bigger one, and moving back to, which they never explain how the large one would speed up because it's traveling more distance.
I'll do it in red. So we have this is moving it's moving in a circle that way, right? So if you project this down to the orthogonal view, you have that. And now when it's going there, the projection for this point would be here, but it would be far away. So you would see it moving like across your field of view, further away, and then closer. But then if you continue the projection, like if it continues like this and it starts going, you would just see it moving it from side to side, but also moving forwards and backwards closer to you.
Well, that's only if you add that inner outer circle and movement, because, and if you do, by the way, you have to explain how does it speed up at the larger diameter circle, because it still has to orbit once a day.
Yes.
But based on their original, it's just a circle around a point. That analemma would look like a dot.
I think it would look more like a line where you get it also moves forwards and backwards. But yes, they can't explain why, even though on the large circle, when it's the summer for me, the sun is moving faster, but I get longer days. That makes no sense.
Well, right, but that's why they keep all this bullshit going. My only point was like, why do they even bring it up? And the average person doesn't even, I don't think this relates to the average person at all.
No,
I think
people don't care.
You could make you could really take any moving object that has a period of that repeats itself, and you could make an analemma plot based on whatever it is. Let's say the trash man comes every Sunday, and every Sunday at the same time. Now it's going to be a random plot. It's not going to look anything like a pattern, but it still would be, it's just a plot. I always hear this and I wonder why anybody makes the point, because I think it's too technical for most people. Plus, because there's no comparison, it's like apples and, watermelons.
Yes. It's an obfuscation tactic that they always use, right? The more obscure the evidence, the better. And you'll see how he completely lies about a bunch of stuff coming right up.
I don't know how he shows his face anymore, especially given his latest refusal to go on a free trip to New Zealand.
A free trip to New Zealand, dude. It's fascinating that they don't dare even go to just like any old place like New Zealand.
Right. Yeah, it's bad enough to be like, oh, the North Pole to see if My proposals fit the data? No, fuck no, no way.
But you know about this
yeah.
latest one, right? This has nothing to do with the sun or anything like that, right?
Right, yeah.
Dearth has claimed again that you cannot get a direct flight from, I think it's from Chile to New Zealand. I forget where it's from. It's
Yeah.
definitely to New Zealand.
Because
he
even
claimed
flight
it.
paths don't work on the flat Earth.
Yeah, he said it basically connects in Dallas. He said it on a podcast, and again, Duffy, coming slightly back to Globe Earth World, contacted the podcaster, explained the whole thing, and then said, "I will fly Dearth, you, and me all to New Zealand on this flight to prove it." And guess what? Dearth, no.
Nope.
Dude, I fucking hate flat earthers so much. God damn it. People are offering you free flights to places I would fucking kill to go to. And you're just like, nah.
Imagine if we, just for the heck of it, that kind of makes me want to start saying that the Earth is flat. Maybe I can win a free something.
Yeah. Get a free flight to the fucking Antarctic or.
His example, though, he said
I have to pay for my own trip.
He said it was a bucket list place that most people would like to go. So even if Dearth was gonna, didn't want to do the experiment, he'd go, but figure out he was wrong, and then he could have a free, most of the money's now paid for having a week in New Zealand.
Yeah. I was going to mention the well and the sticks. Most people nowadays, because wells are increasingly rare, Simon Dan did an Eratosthenes all around the world with sticks, and explain that on a flat Earth.
Didn't Eratosthenes use 3? Because I'm confused whether he used 2 or 3. No, I know it takes 3, supposedly.
It's Alexandria, I think, and Cyan.
Yeah, I thought it was 2, but then why does the third one prove it?
Well, the third one would be like conclusive because there's no way to map that on a flat Earth. Okay. But Simon Dan did it with like a couple hundred people submitted their Eratosthenes results on the same day.
So is Dearth misquoting Neil deGrasse Tyson, or is he cherry picking, or is he just flat out lying?
Cherry picking and quote mining, yes.
God damn it.
Neil deGrasse Tyson said, like, if you do this with 3 points at the same time, then it becomes irrefutable.
Yeah. To be fair to Neil, he often puts things in ways that are accessible for the common viewer that he's talking to. He's talking to the populace. He's not talking. All of us here, we know this inside and out, most of it, except for me. I don't know it inside out. Yeah, I'm an idiot. But the rest of you guys are super smart, and he's not talking to us. He's talking to Joe Blow and Jane Plain.
But good on him, and I think he gets an unfair rash of shit from these flat earthers that find a single word he may have once uttered and somehow use it against.
Yeah, like with the football thing. I mean, he said it kind of weird, but everybody could figure out what he meant. But they picked apart his words in such a way that made it seem like he was wrong. But
the football is the field goal.
The
field goal, right?
Yeah, he said it weird. He said it in a way that, at least from what I've heard, the flat earthers pick apart his words, and that's what they do with everybody, though. They do that with everybody. They find a word here and there that they can misunderstand.
Oh, talking about misunderstanding, Brenda, you know that I figured out what Tay was talking about last night?
Fuck no, you did not.
I swear to God that I did.
This is the quantum theory of flat earthers. There is nothing that is behind them. There's nothing there. There's no there. It's just empty, a bubbling
She didn't call it that, did she?
As they say, if you can't dazzle them with facts, baffle them with bullshit. Yeah.
I figured it out. So the table that Tay was showing me, it's not the height of the LIGO arms, it's the height of the GPS transponders.
God damn her. Somebody has to explain her to me. She seems like she's capable of intelligence. And yet her argument is always, hey, show me proof. And then as soon as you do, no matter what the proof is, like you fucking dig up Einstein.
Hold on, because you broke up. It seems her argument is always, and then you broke up.
Yeah, her argument is always challenge the methodology.
Yes.
What did the other night? They let her go for 45 minutes asking questions about the methodology, never once viewing the data set that she was sent.
Yeah, that's her game. But
It gets old after a while.
the
Well-
other night we were speaking about LIGO, and she brought up a table pointing out a height difference of 8 feet. And I did some digging, and it turns out that it's not the height. That table doesn't show the height of the LIGO arms themselves. It just shows the height, the elevation of the different GPS transponders that they use to do the measurements and that kind of stuff. She's not a biologist yet, but she is going to school to study biology.
She should tell her professors that she's a flat earther.
She might be at a Christian. She might be at a Christian university, and they might be, a little flexible on that.
I look forward to seeing what her reaction is to learning about evolution.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Someone asked her. She didn't want to answer.
She's got strong Poe vibes to me, but maybe other people different. I haven't interacted with her for really great length, so I guess I don't know. But somebody told me that there could have been substances involved in the other night too, particularly a particular Mideastern favorite substance called kratom.
I hope so. That at least explains it.
Yes. All right, let's keep it going here.
How does seasons work on flat Earth? A lot of people say that's the easiest one. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. If the sun was an 85-foot sphere, the Earth would be a basketball 2 miles away. So now we're told that the tilt of the Earth is changing. Just that little tilt is changing it. So if we're right here and I tilted it, down to here, that's going to go from winter to summer just from that little tilt.
No, it's not, Dave. You need to go a whole hemisphere away for the seasons. Oh my fucking god! What?
So here's a picture. Here's a globe. This actual globe, and I was in Mexico right here, and it was 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Connecticut at the same time, it was -10, 100-degree difference, right? So that is, if you look at the distance from those, the tilt, how far much.
It's not the tilt. That in Mexico, you're much closer to the equator, so the sun rays come more directly overhead than if you are in freaking Connecticut.
Dave knows
closer
this.
to the North Pole.
He's the biggest misleader of. That's my biggest problem with Dave is he is not just stupid. He purposely misleads.
Yeah, no, he lies, and he knows he's lying.
He lies as easily as he breathes, frankly.
Oh, now with this shot, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 people in this shot.
How much farther Connecticut is away?
Yeah.
I was going to say, it's fair to say they have maybe 60% attendance, maybe 2/3.
Maybe, yeah.
Looks like they're all white people too.
So how does Dave explain? Oh, you're the hold on. It's coming right up.
0.003%, which adds up to nothing, right? That's how much difference we are. But if you look here,
it's not the distance to the sun, dummy. It's the angle or the height of the sun above the horizon.
On the flat Earth, so this is the day. This is where the sun was in February, and when it comes over to the the time of day where it was, you'll see that the sun was twice as far from Connecticut that it.
Oh my god!
By the way, this is the reason he does these things. It's a commercial for his dumb app.
Yeah, definitely. Every couple of minutes, he shows the app and references the app. It's all a commercial. Sad but true.
Yeah, grifters like this used to sell books. They kind of still do. Buy my book. I finally cracked unified field theory. And, you know, of course, it's published in a book that goes directly to the public, not in any sort of scientific literature that was subjected for peer review. It's just grifting straight up, using pseudoscience to make money.
Dave is the worst at this.
Yeah.
I fully expect his comeuppance one day, and I just can't wait. I would personally pay for a polygraph test. I would put whatever he wants to in escrow. Two of us match it. I will pay for the test. I will pay for his travel to and from. 3 questions, yes or no. If he fails, I get the escrow. If he doesn't fail, he gets it. I will do whatever it takes to put that in paper, but I know he would just say no. His excuse now is you're evil, hence I won't deal with you.
Right,
Oh,
yeah. I don't listen. I don't debate satanic people.
Demonic trolls.
Yeah.
Demonic trolls. Yeah.
That it was from where I was in Mexico, twice as far. That explains why it's cold. The heat source was twice as far away. So there's a lot more to that.
Can I ask a quick question?
Prove there's a dome.
Yes.
I don't know the answer to this, but like light, obviously, if it were twice as far away, then it would be the inverse square law that would dictate that it's 1/4 as intense. Does anyone know what the heat, if there's some universal law, there must be a universal for doubling the distance between.
No, because it's the transfer. Like you need matter to transfer that the heat.
Right, but if you just, for example, if you had the sun at 93 million miles, and you moved us double the distance, is there a almost equation that would give the expected answer, other than the variables we can't control?
I don't know.
So it's I think it's pretty unlikely because gas laws mean that temperature changes with pressure and volume. They're all related when it comes to gases. So I think it would probably be there'd be a lot of variables involved.
Wouldn't you expect doubling the distance would be a significant change, though?
Well, there's the radiative heat. Radiation. There's heating by convection and by radiation. The sun heats satellites by radiation. And the problem with satellites is they can't lose the heat by convection to the air because there's no air. So they have to have other means of refrigerating a satellite.
Daryl says that it's the same inverse square law, but yeah,
there is.
Okay, don't yell, Daryl. Calm down, relax.
Yeah, there is math you can do about heat transfer, and it involves knowing the specific heat, which is the amount of heat necessary to warm a certain amount of a material by 1 degree centigrade.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know how the distance would relate to that.
Daryl's right. It's by infrared. Infrared is heat, right? That's what cooks your food. Is the infrared light from the heating elements, right? So it's to say it'd be the inverse square law. It's just that in space, there's no way to dissipate that heat by transferring it to the surrounding medium because there isn't one.
On your flat Earth. So this is where people say, could prove there's a dome, and I'm like, are you breathing air? Well, air needs to be contained.
No, it doesn't.
It needs to be contained. But then they throw in gravity and atmospheric density. And then, they say gravity. I say, which gravity? The Einsteinian or Newtonian? They don't even know.
Oh, I love how they think that's a gotcha. You can derive Newton's equations from Einstein field equations, dummy.
Also, Newton gave us the gravitational law. Einstein gave a theory of gravity. Those are different in science.
And and then they'll say, Newtonian gravity, Einsteinian gravity, the bending and warping of space-time. And I'm like, do you know what that is? Nobody knows what it is because it isn't anything.
We know what it is.
Oh my God.
Like it can be measured. Tori says DM has a question. Discord DM? Yes.
Yeah, it's literally just a gravity well, and a gravity well has like a curved shape, and objects are technically falling towards the bottom of that gravity well, but they have momentum, so they fall towards the bottom of that gravity well in a spiralic shape. That's what Einsteinian gravity is. It's gravity wells, right? That's simplifying it so that somebody like Dearth might be able to understand it.
Tori, there's a good demonstration about that with balls and a sheet where they put a heavy ball at the middle and then they make another little ball go around and how it orbits and then like falls.
Yeah. It's like one of those things like the zoo near me has one. It's like a gravity well-shaped metal dish, and you throw a coin into it, and it takes the coin forever to drain down into the dish in the bottom because it orbits around the sides for a really long time.
Tori was wondering why, if the sun is above the flat Earth, why does it suddenly like stop, and why does it illuminate this part but then not this part or not that part? That's a great question.
I think
one never knows. It's even more egregious if you plot with Antarctica, like in the Blob Bros model. Then you have the sun stops, and then you have light. You have a section of darkness, and then a zone past that is also light. And they have to say dumb stuff like coffee cup caustic and shit like that.
Well, the answer is they just pull it out of their ass. That's basically what they did.
Or magic. Magic is always a good answer.
Or the classic standard, just don't think about it.
Yeah, so we'll figure it out someday, any day now.
Because the person is correct. A light above a piece of Earth should reach every place on that Earth.
Yep. But I don't know how they don't understand that the sun would never set if the Earth was flat.
Well, no, that they invented light only travels a specific distance and then fades out.
Yeah, but that kind of breaks with the problem what we were seeing the other day in the flat Earth model, that you have the sun like here, there's light over there, the light stops, and then you have a zone of darkness, and then there's light in Antarctica.
No, I agree, but again, it's they're invented. I mean, again, the kind of gymnastics they have to do to explain their flat Earth, that's just one of the many things.
Hey, Jack, you know Jeremy from Earth Awakenings, right?
I do not. Oh, he's the moderator guy?
Yeah, Jeremy.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah. I like his explanation. You know what his explanation is?
I do not.
We just can't see that far. Our vision just stops.
Yeah, well, that's why they juggle the distances to all the planets and the stars and everything else.
Yeah, it just stops. You just can't see that far. It
was an Arab guy that figured out. Until him, people thought that, and flat earthers still think that like this today, that the sun threw out light rays. But he figured it out because if you light up a candle in front of you and you close your eyes, you can still see the light through your eyelids. And then he went into a very dark room, did a little hole on the wall, and the image from the outside is like projected onto the wall upside down. So he figured out that our eyes receive and not emit vision rays. That was pretty cool. I forgot the name of the Arab. It's the Arab that figured out that we see by reception and not emission.
Not familiar with that.
Imagine if we had a different explanation every month. They would vilify us, but somehow for them, it's just evolving explanations.
Well, it's how they keep peace in their discords, because you have all these derps and derplings in there, and every one of them has a different hair up their ass. And so they all have to say, they all have to describe what that hair is and how it curls. And you can't say anything about it, because then you get into these fights and arguments. So to keep peace, they just agree sort of to let everybody have their own ideas. least that's my current working theory.
You're right, though. It has to be. Otherwise, when Mikey says 80 miles for the sun altitude, then somebody else would either have to, that could be disputed in 10 or disproven in 10 seconds. The ones that know that would never commit to that, of course.
Well, they also have a narrative where it's like, we're the real physicists. We're doing real work. This is cutting edge physics. I've literally heard Nathan Oakley and his derplings say we are doing the real physics.
Yep.
I don't bring up Oakley anymore. He doesn't have enough followers. He's just he's irrelevant.
Yeah, they call it flat Earth science, which I think is about the most oxymoronic statement I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Hell yeah. So the guy that I was talking about is Ibn al-Haytham. Was a mathematician, astronomer, and physicist of the Islamic Golden Age, referred to as the father of modern optics. He was the one that discovered that, to prove vision as intromissive rather than extramissive, so we receive rather than emit, by pointing and to argue that vision occurs in the brain and so on. He made major contributions to catoptrics and dioptrics by studying reflection, refraction, nature of images formed by light rays. Yep. I learned about this today.
It's the bending and warping of your mind.
Oh.
So here we have some balloons with just a little bit of air in them, and we put them in a shrink wrap, and we put it in a vacuum chamber. At the same time, over here on the right, we have the only time NASA put an astronaut in a vacuum chamber. And when you evacuate the air, the balloons just blow up. The astronaut almost dies, and they've never done it again.
Yeah, Dave, they sent people to space, dummy.
But he's also wrong about that test. And the reason it blows up is because the fucking material can't withstand the pressure.
Yeah, correct. But hold that thought.
So you can't have air pressure without a container for the air to push off of. So, this is a shot, especially from the International Fake Station. And these guys with their snowboarding.
That's adorable. Tendings. Science is a systematic study of, so flat Earth could be a science and astrology. But flat earthers don't do a systematic study, they just lie.
No, my friend.
Astrology could, the premise of astrology is that the position of the stars affects your personality, yada yada. That I don't think you can science that.
Yeah, in science there are two things. There are good theories and there are refuted theories. A theory is a good theory if it can non-arbitrarily explain a large set of data and successfully make predictions about future data. Flat Earth can't do any of that shit. It's refuted science. So no, Flat Earth cannot be science.
Suits on would really look like this if they were in a space vacuum. Actually, they wouldn't look that. They would explode.
If you did a systematic study of astrology, it would be a science. But they have a system. The problem is that the idea that the position of the stars and the planets as you're born has somehow any bearing on your personality. The premise is flawed, from the start.
It would be refuted science. It would be, you could only call it a science by perverting the meaning of science, because what you would have is a model that arbitrarily explains a bunch of data. And that's not what science is. Science has to non-arbitrarily explain data. And another thing, it should at least be able to compete with other popular ideas, other theories that do explain, large bodies of data and make successful predictions about future data. So it can't do that either. So yeah, no, you're just wrong on this one. I'm sorry.
Wait, but you're not saying astrology isn't accepted, quote unquote, science, are you?
No, astrology would be bad science too. It would be.
No, I just thought Max was making. I didn't know that if it was. So glad.
Oh yeah, okay.
So this is what Dave thinks. Right, that the suit would just blow up. But Dave, we build pressure tanks, and we build I don't know, submarines and stuff, and like tires that have a lot of pressure. So we can build structures that hold pressure and don't deform too much.
That suit
And
would
this is
never deform.
absolutely ridiculous.
It's
Absolutely
impossible for the
ridiculous.
suit to deform like that. I mean, it's funny how he says things like that, but he doesn't do any research at all. That material is not like elastic.
Yeah, and it's impermeable. You would say it doesn't. It's not porous. It doesn't leak out.
Just explode. But that's the least. You know, there's a video where the guy's sticking his arm in a vacuum chamber in a glove, and when they evacuated it, it comes so stiff he couldn't move his arm at all. So, you know, space is fake. And then when they say gravity holds it down, we have nitrogen gas, which is heavier than the air around it, and it's in the top half is a vacuum chamber. And
hold on a second, Dave is a space is fake type. I didn't know.
All
I didn't
flat
know
earthers are space is fake.
Well, some of them aren't, though, right? Because, like, are they all space is fake?
Yes, you have to be.
You pretty much have to be. That's why Mikey might be the exception.
Huh.
Well, Mikey thinks that space is that stars are in the dome.
I do know I've heard at least one flurf say the word space and know that even accepts satellites. So,
yes, but they cope with like, oh, it's satelloons and it's they have copium mechanisms for that.
I think Daryl Frost is trying to troll me about what science is because he has no fucking idea.
Daryl sometimes does that. Never mind.
Yeah. Can I go back? There we go. So,
Angels of Shite uses this. Oh, we have a wider view here. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Daryl, I don't need to Google the fucking definition of science. I know the fucking definition of science. Flat Earth is not science, and it will never be science. What you're talking about is not science. You don't know.
And astrology, even if you do a systematic study of astrology, the premise is that the position of stars can somehow, and planets and the moon and yada yada, can somehow affect your personality. That is absolutely ridiculous.
That's just
you're so wrong. Though. You're so wrong. It's going to drive me crazy trying to explain just how wrong you are.
You just have to ignore it. That's like when a flat earther will say in a debate, "What's the definition of gravity?" As though that would have any bearing. You know, a third grader can say gravity pulls things together. That's pretty much all you need to know in most of our debates, since we're not getting into formulas.
When we open up the valve, instantly the gas will go up and away from gravity. So that proves gravity is not holding.
Yeah, Dave. When you open the valve, what happened? The pressure, you double the volume, so the pressure halved, right? So how does this explain anything? And also, if you could, it's a very small scale, but if you could like do some very, very precise pressure measurements, gravity would have it that there would be more pressure on the bottom part of the container than at the top. So this is one of the most ridiculous things that he says. And what's most funny about this is that Angels of Shite uses this same demonstration and parades it as if he was the one that did the demonstration, which is absolutely dumb.
But make no mistake, Dave Dirth has carefully gathered all this material that just shows enough but never explains the entire point. And he does the same demonstration, completely cherry-picked, and really meaning little to nothing.
Yep.
Bring it down. Now imagine if that top half was bigger, like the size of this room or the size of infinite space. The air would violently just immediately fill the space. This is a...
But you conveniently always forget that there is something. Okay, you don't want to say gravity. Okay, fine. But I don't know, something makes things fall down, right? And I can continue dropping this until the rapture and it will always fall down. Now, gases have, the molecules are in constant state of movement because they're very high energy. So they collide with each other and they move around. But the pressure in that little experiment, the pressure halved because you doubled the volume. So the pressure halved.
Why do you suppose he chose the word violently to try and make them think it would explode outward or something?
Yeah, pretty much, because he wants to convey the idea that the vacuums suck.
Simulation of a gas chamber, right? And outside the chamber, we've made a vacuum, so there's no air around the outside. And if we open up the top, instantly the air will just rush out, right?
Again, instantly, he says, again, trying to evoke violent or, making it seem like explosion and impossible. Yeah.
Yep.
And here's
like, for example, when you're watching the news and you get the weather reports, they will show you a map of a high pressure system that is moving towards your area, and then on this other part of the world, there's a low pressure system. How do those coexist, right? And
I guess weather is fake and gay too now.
Yes, weather is extremely fake and gay.
Another one, here it is again, and we're just going to get rid of the container. If it got rid of the container around the globe, there's no container around the globe Earth, instantly all of the air is gone. And that's what would happen in reality. This
if
is
it weren't for gravity.
The
oh my fucking!
There's examples of what he's saying.
Might be bad science. Oh, that's adorable.
There are examples of what Dave is saying.
Why are you choosing to die on this hill? I'm so confused.
I don't know. Maybe his girlfriend is an astrologer and he needs to feel good about himself.
It's really bizarre to me.
Is this Basil version 2?
Yes, but with no money. Sorry.
A tiny blue dot. Carl Sagan said, "We live here. This is from the Voyager spacecraft. Got a picture of Earth." Well, imagine the infinite space vacuum, and that's when there's just air. There's just air like surrounding here. Why does it just go poof?
Well, Dave, why doesn't the 14.7 psi at sea level rush out to or let's do it this way. 1 atmosphere of pressure at sea level, 0.3 atmospheres of pressure at the top of Mount Everest. Where is the container? Why isn't the pressure from below hopping to the top of Mount Everest, Dave, dummy? It's almost like there's something violently. It's almost like there's something holding it down.
Because this is fake. It's all just fake. None of it's real. So there's a big controversy on, buoyancy and density, sort everything else out. But, if I drop this microphone, it's going to fall.
Buoyancy, the thing that has G in the equation. Okay.
Dave,
because
if you're out there listening to any of this, I am going to dance on your metaphorical grave, dude. When this whole flat Earth thing dies out, and you will be either found to have said something off record, or you will accept some kind of challenge one day, whatever it is, I can't wait for that day, you pompous douche.
Well, think about it, guys.
Motherfucker, astrology is not science! Retard!
Yeah, it's getting upsetting. I was just gonna say, think about it.
It's not junk science. It's not bad science.
Yeah.
It doesn't even qualify for science. It's retardation. It's
Let's give him
and nonsense. Has been since its inception.
Let's give him a chance to hang himself, though. He probably knows you very well, Max. Can he tell you what your birth sign is, or predict your, based on your personality? Now, maybe yours is a bad example because it might be public, but I'm sure he knows one or two of us on the panel that have not publicized it. Can he tell us anything about us based on our personalities? Because isn't that a predictor of the birth sign?
Yeah. my birthday is known. So tell me something about myself using astrology, Dumbo.
Entire Earth was gone, and I let go of the microphone. Which way would it go? I don't know. I don't know if it'll go anywhere because there is no down.
Imagine dying on the hill with us, like about saying astrology is junk science.
I'm
Like,
so
what
confused. Yeah.
what a contentious douchebag.
Right.
But there is a flow of energy from the sky to the ground.
Daryl, for fuck's sake, yes, for fuck's sake, you're being retarded.
And this is called a Franklin bell. The red wire goes to a drone that has a long wire on it, and the yellow wire goes to the ground. And that little piece of metal, it keeps discharging and going back and forth. So it's kind of pulling it, setting the downward direction. Imagine turning that on its side, and that's the flow of energy into the earth.
Oh, are you serious? Static electricity, like or electrostatic. And no, this is not it. Look, if you do the math and you start with F equals ma and you substitute Coulomb's law, and you continue doing the math, you have to match it up to make it 9.8 meters per second square. That would give you that you need about 1,000 joules of energy so that you hold up, like so that it matches up to reality. 1,000 joules of energy, of electric energy in the atmosphere, it would cook everything. Let me how many joules of energy does lightning have on average? No, wait, no. I think I got the unit wrong. Hold on. I'll check my notes. I'll be back in a moment.
Earth. So, sometimes when lightning strikes, people and things near the lightning strike go flying in the air. Did it turn off gravity, or did it just change the polarity of the Earth for a split second and eject what was there?
More than one force can act, more than one thing can act at the same time.
Over there. Lots of on the app, on the frequently asked questions page, there's tons of great.
Yes, someone is retarded, and that's you. I'm applying science to flat Earth, and that's why flat Earth doesn't qualify as science. But I'm applying the scientific method of testing and making predictions and testing them and so on. You gave a definition of science. There's not the definition of science. And again, you're free to leave.
Yeah, he's doing an equivocation here. Yes, science is a systematic search for knowledge, but it's way more specific than that. Like, we all kind of just do a systematic search for knowledge every day in our life when we're, looking around and learning, ow, I burn my hand if I touch something hot. That doesn't mean my toddler's doing science, okay? Like, you're really equivocating, buddy. Okay. Like I said, I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point, but science is it's a cycle where you formulate hypotheses, you collect data, you make observations, you describe laws, and you create models and theories. And a theory is something that can explain a large body of data non-arbitrarily and successfully make future predictions about future data. And none of these things you're talking about can do that. None of these things can form a theory. They're all at best hypotheses, and I mean that in the colloquial sense, as in somebody just making shit up, just making a random, wild, blind-ass guess, and that's not science, buddy. You're way off.
So, I had the unit wrong. It wasn't joules that I was looking for. I was looking for coulombs. So, an average lightning strikes transfers about 15 coulombs of energy. Yes? So if gravity was electrostatics, you would need 1,000 coulombs of energy to make a cubic meter of lead fall 1 kilometer, which is
insane.
Preposterous.
Yeah.
Like absolutely preposterous. We would be like thoroughly cooked.
Yeah. So usually when you have things like that, you have these observations that are multiple standard deviations away from the mean, that means you got something wrong. But not with flat earthers.
I'm not an
Yeah,
expert, but
and then of course I was applying it to a cubic meter of lead, which makes lead is not really too conductive or anything, but it still falls at 9.8 meters per second square, right? So we have more problems there. And if you finish doing, like, even if you ignore the 1000 coulombs required, blah, 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 it would take doing gravity as electrostatics 5.5 days to fall 1 kilometer, which is asinine. All right. Let's keep it going here.
Gravity videos that you'll never find on Google unless you type in exact
videos that you'll never find on Google, and he just has links to YouTube videos. I love when they say that. Have a PhD toad in the house. Hello.
name of the video. Where does the sun go and why doesn't it shrink to a dot? That's a big one. They always ask that. They love that question. So here we are. We can see this cloud deck. It kind of looks flat. You know, from above.
Everything looks flat.
Oh, man,
well, that's how you know. That's how you know the person making the argument is full of shit. Yeah. When he says the International Space Station, he has to say the International Fake Station.
Fake Station.
When people use when they actually do that kind of thing when they're just talking, it's to bolster. I mean, it's asinine. He's a moron.
Yeah.
Oh no, Tony! You better watch out. Daryl Frost is going to let you know that you're all wrong about what science is. Daryl Frost is going to give you the real skinny on science that we missed in our college education on science, Tony.
Okay, let's.
I swear I see
this
curves.
because this is super derpy.
When you look up at the cloud deck, they look like they're ramping down. Due to perspective, things ramp in different directions. So here's my crappy graphics warning. So here are these clouds moving into the distance, and I'm going to explain what a horizon is. This person sees right there. So that cloud is creating a horizon high in the sky. So is that cloud. So is that cloud. But this person doesn't see orthographically like we're seeing. They see in perspective, and it's more like this. So as the sun moves away, it looks like it's going down, but it's just going away and beyond these clouds. Right?
Dave, the problem is that when things move away, they become smaller, and the sun doesn't do that. And we have a problem here, right? How can something be moving away and not getting smaller when also you're invoking perspective? That's what perspective would dictate. This makes no fucking sense.
So
everyone in his audience knows what the sunset looks like, and they all, while they're watching this presentation, are probably saying it silently to themselves.
Yep. Or like I think it was Toon that was speaking with someone about boats, and they're like, "Oh no, the bottom part of the boat is just too far away. It's too far away for you to see." It's like, yeah, but I see the top, and between the top and the bottom of the boat, there's not too much distance.
That was
so
a good
that
one.
It would just fade away into nothingness. Like seriously, Bruce, you're behind.
But if we push them even farther, they kind of just merge with the ground. That's like 20 miles right there. Clouds will do that. 30, 40 miles, they literally become the ground to your eye because you can't see it. And as the sun goes away, it just goes beyond them. And
I love how he's showing a sunset that could never happen on flat Earth. Because while the sun is half obscured here, for someone... say in the GP, someone who is right below the sun is still up there. So we have a problem here. Something is not mathing.
Programmed to say that it's going below the earth. Now that line from his eyes looks parallel to the ground from him. But if you were standing underneath that cloud at the tip of that arrow, you would see a line going from high up in the sky down to his eyes. And it's all due to perspective. So as we move these clouds away, I'll move this cloud. As the cloud goes away, it'll disappear from his point of view behind that cloud, and that's what it'll look like. And so right there where the arrow is on the bottom, that's the cloud 20 miles away. So at 20 miles away, it's the line to him is going to look parallel to the ground. Now, this rocket, let's say it's 180 miles away.
Oh, this is a response for the Vandenberg rocket launch that Jaren was showing. The rocket was hidden for a minute as it was flying. It was for a minute hidden behind the clouds, Dave. Oh.
Is there any more word in
He
flat
can't
Earth
see it yet.
terminology more bastardized than a perception?
Perspective.
Perspective. Sorry, perspective.
Yes.
They just abuse that word and just bend it over and rape it. Sorry, anytime they want to.
Maybe electrostatics or density and buoyancy, like those. But yeah, perspective, I think it takes the crown because they don't.
Everything is flirspective.
Yes. Holy shit, dude.
The fact that the light doesn't shine on the planet, flirspective. The fact that your line of sight doesn't end on a star every point in the sky, flirspective. They don't know any of this shit.
Yes.
They never apply it accurately, though, because there are some things they see that they just don't apply to, and it's actually the explanation.
Yeah.
Until it breaks that line, but it looks like it's coming up from the horizon to him, right? And if that cloud at 20 miles away is, let's say it's 10,000 feet in the air, well, you got to take that slope line up higher and higher and higher for 180 miles. And how high is that? I haven't done the calculation, but it's super high.
So he's saying if I get video of a day with no clouds and a rocket launch, that will debunk his theory just then.
Yeah. Oh my.
And he won't see it. So this is what he'll see. He'll see the rocket coming up from the horizon, just like that. And that's that's just perspective. Moving on.
Just perspective, bro. I'll just ding him a whole bunch for that.
So if the Earth was flat, the sun would shrink to a dot. Listen to this.
That is correct. That is computing the consequence. When you say that the sun is moving away, it would have to, according to what you just invoked, perspective, it would have to reduce in angular size. It doesn't do that ever.
Right. Come on, Dave. Like this is little kid stuff. The person didn't shrink because they walked away from us. They're small. They're not smaller. They're just further away. Like, yeah, it's really hilarious that he doesn't get the entailment of his own position.
He's
when
showing
it's so
it.
simple.
He's showing it on screen.
Exactly. Yeah.
If the Earth was flat, the sun would shrink to a dot, and you have a big, what it looks like the same ball over here. It's big. Over there, it's small. Why? Perspective. Holy fucking shit.
Check this out. Here we have two lighted balls representing the sun or moon. One of them is close and large, and the other is far and small due to perspective. Now you will notice that the two balls are at eye level, and as we drag one away, it reduces in size quickly and matches the farther one when it gets there. This is just due to simple eye level perspective. Now we are going to raise the camera straight up, not getting any closer to the far ball, and you will see that both balls have reduced in size and look fairly close to the same size. As we move the closer ball away again, you will notice how it does not shrink much due to perspective. The phenomenon you're witnessing is called foreshortening in art, or more technically, it's an effect of angular perspective compression or diminution of apparent size. So the next time a globetard says, if the Earth was flat, the sun would shrink as it moves away.
I'm sorry, but when do we go above the sun?
I'm sorry, but my common sense argument to that would simply be that ask that same flat earther, because people see this every day. When you watch an airplane fly off into the distance, it turns to a dot and then invisible. And the only reason you can still see it is the vapor trails that point to it.
Yeah.
You can ask them if they know what foreshortening or angular perspective compression is, and flat smack that smug know-it-all look right off their face.
Oh, you're going to get glove smacked in the face if you try that with me, but okay. And the biggest change the biggest change in the distance, in the perspective, came when the camera rose. But I don't know about you. The sun is above us. We're not above it. And it looks like it goes down because it is going down. This is so dumb.
All right. So with that said, the sun does shrink, but there's a.
Did you see the transition there?
All right. So with that said,
the every transition he puts the FE clock up. This is just
yes,
a commercial,
of course.
And okay, like if he's going to say that the sun, he made. The fascinating thing about this is he made the argument as to try and explain why it doesn't change. And now he's contradicting all of that and saying that the sun does change. But that being said, if we go to IC Spin's channel.
I love this video. This to me is just solid science.
And let's do this one from Reds. I'll mute it. And with a solar filter, as the day goes by, the sun doesn't change in angular size at all. Like the detector slips a couple of pixels, but I think that's just an artifact of the detection. But
well,
yeah,
even so, that'd be less than 1/100th of 1%, if that.
Yeah, correct. And like, explain that to me, because Dave, you are about to show just glare. You're about to show glare, and okay, let's see what.
The sun
Look, it's pretty obvious, right? Everything you just said was really complicated and hard to understand, and just vomiting out the word perspective, therefore Earth flat, is way simpler and easy. Yeah. And I can make lots of money off of idiots if I tell them they're right if they do that. Not only are they right, they're smarter than the entire scientific community. Like, yeah.
These people should be offended that that's the explanation he's giving them after paying money.
Right. Yes.
Of course, I knew that the red hat was a MAGA hat.
Yep.
I'll give 5 things for the MAGA hat.
You can safely say that not every MAGA is flat Earth, but every flat earther is likely MAGA.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Sorry.
I was going to say something horrible, but I held myself. Never mind.
We deserve it.
You're looking across the atmosphere. You're looking through more and more atmosphere, and with a little moisture, it's actually magnifying this.
Oh wow, the truth movement! It's really growing, guys. Any day now, it's going to become the mainstream.
That room could seat 50% more people.
Yeah.
If resources for therapy and mental health were better available, the population of that room would shrink significantly.
I'm sure there's a few people in there just trying to get information, like just to get information to use against him. Like maybe 10% are just faking it.
And some of them, most people that watch Flat Earth streams are Globers to laugh at them.
And some of them are sincere people who've never met a real scientist in their life. And so they get hungry for some other information system to feed them a worthwhile epistemology. And unfortunately, they stumble on this shit.
A little bit, and that's why it basically stays the same size. Sometimes it looks bigger, sometimes it looks smaller. But here's my friend Angels of Light.
Here I have 2 different ellipses of the sun.
Solar filter.
I zoomed in all the way in on the sun so you can see the sunspots. The sun is properly exposed. And 2 times I got a change in size. So, Globers, I don't know what you're going to say now, but yeah, the sun changed.
Oh, 2 times you got to change in size?
Look when he's
Oh,
doing it, though. He's doing it at the time when you would expect it. I mean, it's not that,
yes.
this is ridiculous that he uses this. Come on, Dave.
Yeah.
How much did I pay for this? This, I assume, was a paid appearance by Dave.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just size, I'm sorry. And it's not my fault. It's not my fault that the sun is local and it changes size.
I love that Angels of Shite is a flirt from the south. Like, Angel, why can't you see Polaris? Why can't you see some of the constellations from the north? Why does your star tracking app, if you want to see where Polaris is, why do you have to point it at the freaking floor?
Why do your star trails go
Really
clockwise?
isn't. I mean, you can say we're
Why do they go clockwise? Why does the sun go right to left? Yes,
Blurred
Mr. Iman,
perspective.
that is atmospheric distortion compressing the sun on the vertical axis. Yep.
Blurred
fractionally
perspective man
one.
to the rescue.
First, your argument is it doesn't change size. Then we go and
Motherfucker is going to get me dinged with the ameno.
at that.
Shit.
The Globers just constantly move the globe post every time you.
Oh, that's adorable.
I wish
We
you'll give an
move-
example of that, though.
We move the globe post.
Bro, like a
75-year-old.
used car salesman.
As things move away from the right side, they move to the left. From the left side, they move to the right. Bottom, they move up. Top, they move down. That's how we see. We see left to right and up and down. We don't really see things go into the distance. We just see them change size. That's how we know they're going into the distance. So
We have stereoscopic vision, you moron. That's part of the reason, too.
NetTube user says it's not adorable, it's deplorable. Well, yeah.
is a sunset. Is this a sunset? The sun's going down, right? And as it goes down, I'll move the camera a little bit. You'll see it kind of merge into the ground. Now, we've all seen sunsets like this.
Motherfucker, that is glare.
I'm convinced everyone there is saying the same thing inside with their
my.
mental narration.
Yeah.
It's where the sun is bleeding through the land, but in reality, this isn't land, right? This is actually a light post, and I'm moving the camera sideways. Here we go. So this is what that was, just moving sideways. And the sun, look how it kind of wraps around. So that's all glare. The real sun is just a little tiny circle in the middle, and that's all glare around the outside. It almost makes that post look transparent. So again, I'm showing you that
Dave said something true just now, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's surprising. I'm wondering where he's going with this.
Side looks exactly like it would if it was moving down. And it's something that looks like it's moving down. It's actually just moving away. Just moving away, and perspective will show you that. Now, this is an experiment I did on the upper left. You can see in the distance, I've got my 20-mile cloud deck sitting on the floor. I got a light above it. I'm going to move the light away. On the right, I have a zoom in, and then I have a real sunset below it. And you'll see as I move that light away, if you watch the bottom one and the right one, boy, do they look the same. It's taking its local light away. That light is...
That, again, that is just glare. Holy shit, dude. You're debunking yourself, Dave. Because when you actually put on a solar filter, the sun doesn't change in size. So it's not moving away.
Still above the pillow cloud deck there. It's still above. It's just going away, and it kind of exactly matches what we see in reality.
No, it doesn't.
I once saw a piece of toast that looked like Jesus, but you know what? It wasn't Jesus.
So that's see science? Yeah, science, absolutely. So sunsets over a flat Earth. Now, here I got my drone up
Everybody
just a
knows
little bit.
you're dealing with real science when somebody in the crowd shouts out science.
Yes, science!
That's the way it works.
Hell yeah.
And the sun is setting. Looks like it's going behind the horizon, but is that really the horizon? I'm going to send the drone up and watch what happens. As I go up, all of a sudden I can see it's still up in the air. Right?
Yeah. Gee, I wonder why, because you're changing the angle to it.
Wait, now is he
And
trying to prove Earth curve now?
Yeah, he is.
Right? And so here it is. That's the atmospheric horizon that's going by. And down there is the land horizon. And it's just moving beyond it. It's just moving beyond it. Like if someone was the other side of a
Dave, your day is coming, you motherfucker.
Oh boy.
fence and they're looking over talking to you and they walk away, if your eyes are lower than that fence, they're going to disappear from the bottom up. So everything in the distance looks like it's at eye level. The horizon in the distance, flat earthers like to say it rises to eye level, but it appears to rise to eye level. Most of the time, it's tens of thousands of feet above your eye level.
Jesus fucking
goes
Christ.
away.
This slogan gets even more meaningless. Are you kidding me?
Just like it did in that picture right there. I'm going to paste a fake cloud in the sky here, and the sun is just going beyond it. It just goes beyond it.
This is what a conversation would sound like 700
Right?
years ago.
This is
Clarence says, good job, Nate. This is great glow evidence. Hell yeah.
a little series of my sun fade outs. I put the sun up, the drone up on a super clear day. The sun was going down, down, down. It was going down, down, down.
Wait. No,
Wait.
no. Wait, because hold on. I spoke to them about this.
Sun's not going down, Eddie, down, down. Sun's not going down, Eddie, down, down.
Thank you, Demok.
Down, 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 and it kind of just stopped, and it sat here. This is super sped up, and it's super clear day, and it just disappears into the soup of the atmosphere. Light attenuates.
The soup of the atmosphere.
He said atmosphere, not atmosflat. Flat Earth debunked.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
You could have squozed one in there. You're right.
Boom, 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 boom. Same way, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Into the atmosphere. Just like when on a slightly foggy day, you can barely see across the street because the light bouncing off that house can't make it to your eyes, right? But the sun can push much farther through, and the sun, it just goes away. People are like, I've seen a million sunsets. I've never seen that. I'm like, have you froze your ass off, put a drone up, higher than you're allowed to go? We have to warm the batteries, and then film it and then zoom in on it. No, you haven't. That's why you never see that. But here it is again. The sun just sitting there, and it just fades out. It just fades out. What do we got here? Oh yeah, this
By
is
the
just
way,
another
notice,
one.
unlike, I just want to make this point. Unlike the final experiment, you notice there's nothing on that drone to show the altitude or the location on planet Earth with GPS coordinates. Anything that they did, which they thought was just necessary if you're going to show drone data.
Exactly. Yep.
Day, ground level, and the sun is just going away. Now it's light, it's glare.
Wait, but Dave, you said that the sun doesn't shrink. And now you literally contradicted yourself 5 minutes ago. What the fuck?
Wait, is he saying
getting
fade away or
into the
shrink to a
thickness.
dot?
Imagine if you get a chance to speak to Dave and you're like, oh well, no, that is just Satan that is doing that. Like, this is ridiculous.
Of the atmosphere, but it is shrinking. Why doesn't the sun shrink to a dot? It does shrink to a dot.
No solar filter. No, not like, oh, you're such a liar, Dave.
Well, he did say it doesn't shrink to a dot. He said,
but there's a lot of factors going on here. But we're not spinning. The cameraman isn't falling over backwards faster than the speed of sound. He's just sitting there watching the sun go away. Here's another one. This is this is a sunrise. Now we see the horizon right here. Is that the horizon? But watch right here. Watch right there. The sun just appears above the horizon. Now the real horizon is here. And this is all glare.
Why is it changing size from one? Why? Because this is the glare, but why is even the glare changing size? And this horizon is like wavy. This is heavy refraction.
is all glare. The bottom half of this is all just glare. And so people think that is just coming up from behind a curve of a ball.
Look at the edges, how the edges wave and change sizes as you move from frame to frame.
The worst part about this example is you could draw a full circle if you had this projector on a wall. When the first part of that sun comes up, you could postulate the entire size of that circle pretty accurately and show that size it really is. And guess what? It would be bigger than once it gets up. So how does it go from bigger to smaller then, Dave, instead of the opposite way?
It's just optics. So there you go.
Well,
just just optics. Just optics. Okay, got it.
This is a terrible demonstration, in my opinion. That one.
Yeah, this is all of it. It's just trash.
Well, but that one in particular.
Yeah. Let's ignore the sun being all kinds of flabbery shapes.
I think this was in Alaska.
Damn you!
I think. Where's your data, Dave? You would have insisted on it from somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That is not a real. What the fuck is he showing here?
I don't know, because Dave. You know that Dave likes.
There's no way that's a legitimate video.
He likes faking stuff a lot. Sorry, the music.
I don't believe this is real, or that this isn't manipulated in some way.
That looks very weird.
I mean, if you were given a presentation like this, I assume at the end you give away all your information so somebody can look up all the reference. And I would love to know where this came from. That is not. I mean, I don't believe that's real.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say no, but
I've given some speeches. Nothing like that happens. I've never been asked for how to look up all my sources and stuff.
Well, I don't mean that, but don't you give out something?
And I would love it if that happened, but unfortunately, I don't think the average person is really that curious.
Right, but in general, when you get invited to speak at a serious, like people get vetted, right?
You said serious.
Right. Yeah.
People get vetted in general, so like it's not like they will just let you do a presentation and derp it up.
Yeah. See, I call it our personal atmospheric dome. When I look.
Before you move on, I would say this though. I would bet you money that if it were a Globe Earther at this convention doing the similar thing for Globe Earth, that if they were asked, that they would have a printout or a handout they could provide with their sources, especially if they're using video from somebody else.
Dude,
probably.
This is absolutely insane.
Well, and because the Globe is going to be supported by the entire peer-reviewed corpus of primary scientific literature, you can literally just say, go to an AI and fact-check anything I said, and it'll tell you that I'm right. And if I'm wrong, I'll want to know what it says. Right.
Distance until I can't see any farther, the atmosphere becomes opaque. Now, because the atmosphere gets thinner and clearer, I can see much higher up than I can across. So when I look across, I think our personal atmospheric dome is much closer to us than above. So it creates this high dome. Oops, go back a second. It creates this high dome. So the real sun is going across here, and we see it in an apparent position on our personal atmospheric dome. And again, this guy will see this sun much lower because he's seeing it.
What the fuck is this diagram?
Is this on Dearth's channel or on this?
Yes.
Earth? Okay.
This is on Dave's channel. Oh boy, this is derpy.
Perspective. This is an orthographic view again. So here's an example of I got a dome, and I'm going to bring
a dome that is solid. This is a solid piece of acrylic or glass or whatever.
A light into play here. Oh no, this is it. So again, the distortion.
Hold on, can we get a shout out to the dick sun, right?
By the way, you
You
notice
know,
all the video he's showing is with the absolute the most refraction you could ever have, right? He
Yeah.
could easily show the sun changing size from, let's say, 2 hours before sunset or sunrise to 2 hours before sunset, and you wouldn't have any of this refraction that's overly exaggerated. But he's, of course, cherry picking.
Jim Daniels says boob. Yeah, it could be a boob, could be a penis.
So again, the distortion.
Look at the
the sun has to be a penis because it fucks flat earthers so hard every day, right up the butt.
Oh yeah. Every time I want to talk about the sun.
Shut up about the sun! Shut up about the sun!
I want to find out where he's giving his next presentation, and I'll pay to go. I want to go see this.
You see how distorted the sun.
He doesn't publish where he is anymore.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that would be
video.
safe for you, man.
He
Especially if you're going to be disruptive.
He publishes the video afterwards.
Oh, I wouldn't be disruptive. I would sit through the whole thing.
Yeah, because you're basically walking into the den of a cult.
After that time that we chased him away from that very tiny Portuguese channel about cryptocurrency, he doesn't publish where he's going to be anymore.
Was when it came up there, because I'm looking through, that's where the most distortion is. So here comes the light. So this is the approaching sun, and on the table here, this is the apparent sun, and this is the source sun. This is a light. And so as I come closer, this person here sees the sun all of a sudden appear on the horizon. So he had dawn, and then the sun comes in. I'm going to zoom in here. Sees the sun just appearing right here. Just like we see it. If you watch the sunrise, it appears on the horizon, and then it goes over.
Jim Daniels says, safety in numbers. Count me in, Jack.
Note for globe earthers also. Yeah, I'll go with you, Jim.
That would be epic. Just crashing one of these flat earth events with a bunch of people. That would
You know what? Fuck it. I'm in.
That's great. Hey, note for globe earthers, by the way. When you want to refute this, just make sure you point out that as long as we film this from space, that we accept your evidence.
Right? I mean, how do you get even past the dome according to these dummies?
How old is this? Because he's still flirting with the Joe Hanvey type demonstration.
3 weeks ago.
Oh, Jesus, Dave.
Right? Parent sun, actual sun. And then it goes, it sets. Person saw.
Wait, what?
It goes over the person. Right? Parent sun, actual sun.
What? Why is the apparent sun like on the floor? It's the reflection on the table.
He's hoping you don't notice that.
And also, again, I would have to point out for the second time that this is a solid piece of acrylic.
Also, may I point out the entire Earth is lit up.
Yes, obviously.
And
is
then
that spot?
Goes, it sets.
Oh, is that spot on the outer surface of the acrylic?
No, that's because
sure?
look look.
The small spot is on the outer surface.
The small spot reflects on the table.
Okay.
The table is quite reflective here.
I think that the top smaller spot is on the top of the glass, and the bottom spot is on the table.
Yeah, the teeny one. Okay, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, are you talking about the reflection of the potato holding the flashlight?
You see this white dot? This is the reflection on the top of the dome.
Right.
The big one, as if we move it frame by frame, boom, 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 boom.
I count like 5 or 7 suns right now.
And then the sun comes in. I'm going to zoom in here.
Oh, yeah. You have one here. You have one here. The coffee cup caustic is wrapping it around. And then, but you see, my thought is that this is the reflection on the table.
Guess it's hard to prove if you don't
See
have a
the sun
camera
just
inside.
appearing right here, just like we see it. If you watch the sunrise, it appears on the horizon, and then it goes over.
That's
It
a
goes over the person.
motherfucking liar. That's a reflection on the table, you asshole.
This is a solid chunk of glass too.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Right? Parent sun, actual sun.
No, the apparent sun would be the one at the top of the dome. Why? Like, you have one on the floor and you have one here. When do we see the sun, like, going across the floor?
This is as bad. This is as low as it gets.
Oh, yeah.
This is his proof.
It sets. Person saw a sunset.
Look, you see that now that it's half aimed at the dome and half on the table, the big blotch, that's on the floor. And this one is the one, the reflection that's at the top.
Set. Now there's the evening dusk. And then as the sun takes its...
Is that a solid piece of glass? Yes. It's
Wait.
a glass or acrylic or whatever.
Doesn't the sun stay inside their firmament?
Yes. So even by that standard, this demonstration is pointless because the sun would have to be outside the dome.
Light and goes away. Now it's nighttime. That's how I see it working.
And that's why you're a moron.
Yep.
I get so fucking angry just sitting here being gaslit by a dipshit. For
I laugh it up.
Who absolutely knows what he's doing too. That's the insulting part.
Yes.
It makes me upset. I'll be honest.
So here,
what it makes me is glad that I'm a person with like morals, because can you imagine the damage that I could do if I were to grift this group of idiots?
I mean, you could have stopped that person, but yeah.
The thing is, if he ever gets proven to have known what he's saying is bullshit, then anyone that's ever attended anything he's ever done or paid for his app or anything like that can come after him.
Yeah, Dragon Sword makes a great point that it should move in a circle and not right to left. Oh, well, I mean, look, we have micro, Flat Earth has micro explanations because you need one explanation that is different for each thing, right? So we have the rotation. The rotation explains day and night. The tilt explains like 3 or 4 things: the seasons, the analemma, the what else we covered today? It's a couple more. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank right now. Right? So we have parsimonious explanations that explain all things a bunch of things at the same time. We have Professor Phil Bell in the house. Hello. Is this about Flat Earth? Yes, this is Potato Dave at the TruthErCon. It's pretty bad. But
you have to say it that way,
now
too.
it's nighttime. That's how I see it work.
Yeah, possibly the most inaccurately named conference ever.
Yeah, and notice how, in order to make it night, he has to move.
And then it
the
goes, it
flashlight
sets.
away.
Person saw a sunset. Now there's the evening dusk.
He has to move it away, all the way out.
And then as the sun takes its light and goes away, now it's nighttime.
I see a sunrise on the far
That's how I
side.
see it working.
Yeah. No, this is so good.
This
reminds we know he should have circled the sun, but isn't it funny how we try and correct? We're even trying to correct their stupidity. It's so adorable.
This reminds me of Kent Hovind using his little sand sifter toy to pretend he's refuted all of geology and paleontology.
Yes. They form at the same time. I need to go to the toilet, so we will get a minute or something of this uninterrupted, but I'll be right back. I'm sorry. If someone helps with the counter, I'll be right back.
Aren't we lucky?
So here is, as we look for more across the land, the atmosphere gets thicker and thicker, and that changes the light. So here we are looking across the water. Now we have these clouds here, and then this is a farther cloud. I'm going to add another cloud and another one down all the way here. So that cloud merges with the horizon. So as the sun moves away, it disappears from the bottom up. It disappears from the bottom up, and it just disappears from the bottom up as it goes farther away. Now these clouds are much closer to us than the sun, although the sun isn't that much farther. And it goes away. It does that yin yang. It's a little bit of perspective, makes it a little smaller, but not much. And then the atmospheric magnification makes it, expands it. So it kind of almost looks the same size. If the Earth is flat, then why do we see different stars in the north and the south? It's a good question.
Oh no!
I have to ask though. You got to rewind 10 seconds and explain to me what he was trying to show, because I was sort of looking at other things while I was doing it, but he showed an accurate depiction of a sunset.
Let me see.
You go to about 15 seconds back and let it play till this point.
It's a little much farther, and it goes away. It does that yin yang. It's a little bit of perspective, makes it a little smaller, but not
actually
much.
A little further. 10 seconds before this.
As we look for more across the land, the atmosphere gets thicker and thicker, and that changes the light. So here we are looking across the water. Now we have these clouds here, and then this is a farther cloud. I'm going to add another cloud and another one down all the way here. So that cloud merges with the horizon. So as the sun moves away, it disappears from the bottom up. It disappears from the bottom up, and it just disappears from the bottom up as it goes farther away.
That's a great globe demonstration, though.
That's my point. What's he trying to illustrate there?
Like, he's contradicted himself with one explanation and another one.
But listen to the rest of it. He'll talk about the size, apparent size.
Now, these clouds are much closer to us than the sun, although the sun isn't that much farther. And it goes away. It does that yin.
Oh, it isn't that much farther?
Well, that part aside.
Planes can fly above the clouds, but...
It's this point coming up, though.
It's a little bit of perspective, makes it a little smaller, but not much. And then the atmospheric magnification makes it, expands it. So it kind of almost looks the same size.
But notice he now is back to, he's now back to saying it's pretty much the same size, a little bigger at sunset. What happened to the dot and disappearing that he just said 30 minutes ago?
Yeah, but I like the explanation of like, oh no, the sun, it's moving away, so it makes smaller, but the atmosphere magnifies it just the right amount so that it doesn't change. Like,
well, but he said a little, it makes it appear a little smaller. So again, he just contradicted the last 30, 45 minutes of his entire presentation.
Yeah, just a little perspective that just completely contradicts everything he said up to now a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you pump up the dumb stuff counter for another perspective?
It's a good question. But it's really a dumb question. There are only dumb questions, actually. So here we are looking out, and these clouds and
he's talking. Wait, he was going to answer the question: why do we see different stars in the north and in the south? And he's showing. He's
here.
Showing the sun.
Here we are looking out, and these clouds in the distance here. If somebody was past this where we can see, and they looked up, they're going to see completely different clouds. And they're going to see completely different stars on a grander scale. So I take this guy. Here's his eye view. I'll get rid of everything. Well, there we go.
Oh no, this is like actually derpy.
There's his horizon.
Yes. Yes.
Derpy we'll take his horizon there, and we'll take an overhead view. So now his horizon is that distance from him. The problem is, Globers will talk about where's that left to right curvature. They claim they see curvature, right?
Wait, weren't you going to talk about the stars? Motherfucker.
We also don't claim we see left to right curvature except at extreme altitude.
Yes.
But the horizon doesn't look like that. The horizon, those two left and right line are much longer. he can't see that far, right? He sees like this. We see in a circle. So whenever you see a picture or you see something, you see in a circle, and the programming tells you that it's a sphere. It's just the limit of your vision. What's interesting is the map.
Oh boy, the limit of your vision.
Yeah, you know, he's kind of right. Yeah, there is a limit of your vision there. The limit created by the fucking curvature of the earth. Oh my god.
Math of how the angular resolution of our eyes is the exact same math to multiple decimal points that they use for the curvature of the earth. So that's a coincidence.
Wait,
huh?
can you pause for that for a second?
Yes.
Examine that, what he's claiming. Is he claiming that physical limitations happen to match, or is he denying the fact that the curvature of the earth just happens to be how far we can see because of the curvature of the earth? I don't know if his point is, I mean, he's claiming that the mechanics of the eye, at least this is what I think he's saying, that the mechanics of the eye match the curvature of the earth.
Yes. That's basically what they claim.
See where he goes with this.
So you'll ask a glober, hey, is the water curved? They'll say yes. And you say, is this hallway curved? Is the water curved? And they'll say yes. So I got two boats here. It's funny that this.
I love how he doesn't. It's all fake stuff made. Like, why don't you show us real footage, right?
Right. I wonder why.
The video that Wackcast always shows, where you see two identical ships, two container ships, and one you can see it in full, and the other one you just see the cranes that they use to move the shipping containers. All of this is fake, Dave.
Boat is lower in the picture than this boat. Shouldn't everything curve down and away? You know, if you're on a ball, everything should curve down and away from your point of view. So you ask them, is this flat? And they'll say yes. But when we overlay it over the water, they'll quickly change their story and go, well, the hallway is small. If it was a longer hallway, it would be curved like the water. But this is the exact same.
No, motherfucker, because the hallways, they are built straight. What? Oh, my.
But even so, I find it necessary to repeat this. The curvature over 100 yards, a football field, is 0.025 inches, or the thickness of a credit card. So even if they did exactly using whatever the highest tolerance they could, made it curved, you would not see that curvature.
No, yeah. No,
So I think I'm down to, like, for all of us to go to one of his conferences, right? If we can do that. But can we just like give him some high school and middle school bullying as a group? Like, is that okay?
Well, let's do it with the shirts, we wear.
Like we're all really impressed and like he's really sold us on it, and then somebody slip a "kick me" sign onto his back at some point.
Or we have on hoodies and then we take them off and we have shirts underneath that mock him.
Oh, the shirt that Toon has, you're not stupid, Dave is stupid. That would be epic.
Thing we're seeing, the hallway and the water are exactly the same. I'll put the boats back in on the water. I'll remove the water, and they're just sitting on the floor of the hallway, showing that we're seeing the exact same perspective.
Except that one is 20 miles and one is 100 yards.
Every time perspective, I'm just going to just ding him a whole bunch.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Randomly got a time-lapse sunset, and I just said, what would I look like if I laid it over?
But all of this was about the stars, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it follows the exact line, the exact perspective.
Oh, that sunset, I can tell you for sure that sunset is in the south because the sun is moving right to left.
Yeah,
is the sun going down? Are we spinning over backwards? Or is that sun just following?
No, that sun is in the south. Why does it move like that?
I recommend you don't ever play the flat earther drink every time they say perspective.
Hold on. He just showed fake video again. It disappeared to a dot.
And it looks like it's going down due to perspective.
That's in the north.
It's just going away.
He's just a liar.
The same line.
This is fake video.
Yeah.
All of this looks like very fake.
There's no video I've ever seen that makes the sun do what he just showed. And he's claiming this is video that he just took and overlaid.
Yeah.
And beyond the horizon. It's a combination of things. The light attenuates, the sun gets smaller, it goes beyond.
Sorry, the light what?
Horizon. It's a combination of
light
things. The light attenuates, the sun.
That's a
No,
fair
hold
statement.
on.
It gets less and less, is what he's
Hold
claiming.
on. Listen to how he says it.
And beyond the horizon. It's a combination of things. The light attenuates, the sun gets smaller.
Attenuate.
Sounds like he said insinuates to me.
Attenuates, yeah.
Kind of like wait, where is it?
There's
That one
percussions
looks
for
like
that.
Acapella. That one looks like acapella.
That one looks like a cappella. Thank you, Vlad.
It goes beyond an opaque atmosphere. There's all different things combined that create these sunsets. So we all know that these streetlights are at the same height. Now you can't see the streetlights at the very end.
Yeah, Dave. But why don't they...
Oh wait, is it possible he's going to use perspective properly here?
I guess, but you don't see the lights going, like they don't get to the ground, and you can take a picture with a solar filter. You can take a picture of the sun, half of the sun above the horizon and half of it below.
End of the street, right? If you went twice that distance, you wouldn't see any of the same street lights, right? And if we look at the sun on the bottom, you can see that it's going beyond this atmospheric deck of opacity right here. It just goes beyond it. So if I put a truck here, we know that the truck isn't as high as the lights, but it's hiding half of those lights.
Oh my fucking God.
Did he say deck of opacity?
Yes. we're just inventing terms.
This is what a baby would start to figure out right around the 8th or 9th month. With that, while the 3rd or 2nd month they would figure out objects that disappear aren't necessarily disappearing. But a kid could explain this. I mean, Dave, come on. These people paid some money.
Professor Phil Bell says he forgets to mention the light from the stars. No, not attenuating.
Right, yeah. The sunlight, the local sunlight attenuates, but stars millions of light years away. Nah, yeah.
Farther and farther. And
England, this Militi says bunch of words to just say render distance. Come on, Dave. Minecraft Earth theory.
He's getting very lazy toward the end of this
Minecraft
presentation.
world is actually flat.
It looks bigger than on my computer screen. So if I push that, you can still see it's blocking the lights in the distance. Well, think of the truck as the clouds or the atmosphere becoming opaque. It merges with the horizon. You can't see it. It looks like the horizon, and the sun just goes beyond it. You think it's the horizon. It is the horizon, but you don't know what the horizon is if you think it's Earth curve, because it's not Earth curve, provably so. Everybody needs a little Jesus. So on
says Dave, the Jewish guy.
I'm gonna weigh in here. Fuck you, Dave. Anyways, go on.
Earth, we have the everything in the distance ramps up. It doesn't go down and away. On a ball, a 3-year-old can understand why things disappear on a ball. Why you can't see the bottom half of something on a ball. A 3-year-old can understand it. Explaining exactly how the horizon works, how our eyes work, the angular resolution, how things go.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Because what I'm hearing is that Dave just called himself dumber than a fucking 3-year-old.
Yes.
Or that the globe model is so simple and makes such perfect sense that even a child can comprehend it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you really have to focus, but it's really easy once you think about it and use your God-given brain. So, you can see the water in the distance is ramping up and away, but the ball is ramping down. Is the water a ball? I don't think so.
We never say up and away.
Oh my God, Angel as a Terminator. Wait, you probably can't see it, but that on the top, that is Angels of Shite as the Terminator.
If I duck behind a hill, can you see me? You ask a Glober that. The honest ones will say, no, you can't. right? So I'll move Angels of Light behind the hill. We cannot
We
see
all
each other
say
because
that,
there's a
Dave.
physical
Oh my god.
obstruction between us, and that could be the Earth curvature. So, do boats disappear over the curve? Well,
dude, I'm still waiting for the explanation about why we see different stars in the south and in the north. That was just
It was a teaser, but
I
here's the
think he
thing.
just blew past it.
Well,
no,
except
He
maybe
just said it's a dumb question and then moved on.
Well, that's one way to go.
They'll say yes. You didn't say, oh, if it goes.
And of course, he's not showing a boat going away. He's showing a boat coming towards him.
His
Good job,
graphics pack is very dated.
yes.
Behind the curve, you can't bring it back, and they'll say, no, you can't. And then you'll show them a video like this. You see a boat on
Tiny boat. Try it with a shipping container or an oil tanker or an aircraft carrier.
the horizon. They're like, no. And then we zoom in, and all of a sudden, there's a boat. Now, we're not zooming over the curve, and they'll go, oh, well, that boat's just not far enough away. And you're like, wait a minute, you said boats disappear because of Earth curvature. Now it's because they're.
Dave, you're a liar, dude. Everybody in that audience knows what they just saw, and he is just shady. This has to be false advertising. All of this shit is. I swear to God, Dave, one of these days it's going to be proven, and you're going to look like such a fucking liar. I hope everyone comes after you for the money they've spent on tickets to go see you and the stupid fee to get in and your dumb app. Oh, this is horrible.
Not far enough away, right? So they move the globe post. So is this boat behind the curve? No. Is this one behind the curve? No. Is this one behind the curve? Yes. If the Earth was a ball, it would be behind the curve, and then you wouldn't be able to zoom it in even with the fake Hubble telescope, right? But here is a short video.
No! Oh my fucking god. The black swan. Are you serious with me right now?
I should have started with a drink tonight.
I think this is one of the most important observations.
Hey, Isa, how you doing? Hello? You're muted. Hello? Hello. Oh boy, you sound your voice. Are you okay? Okay, never mind.
There's many like this, but this one is explained.
Okay.
Pretty well. Listen to this video. It's about 2 minutes.
Is at a distance of 6.08 miles, platform C. And then the second one off the distance platform habitat at 10.1 miles. Why are these two important? Well, because at 8-foot elevation, the globe Earth's horizon should be less than 3.5 miles.
Yeah, the problem is that you are very clearly not at 8-foot elevation.
Horizon should be in front of these things. 29 feet of habitat should be blocked by the curvature.
Liar.
Again, easily proven if he had the overlay showing the data from the drone.
And this is very clearly, of course, it's over water. And look at this crane, the one in the back. This crane is straight, and it looks like a curve, like it's curved. You can see that it's curved.
In front of these objects, and yet all the habitat is visible, even with some compression. And you'll notice, and we'll draw a line here in a second, that the horizon is clearly behind these objects. And what makes this footage and all footage like it's so important is that these are static objects, meaning these are not boats. These are always in one place. They're not moving or floating anywhere. And we'll draw the green line on this, and you can see, again, it's not hard to see somewhere.
Why is the back crane bent, Dumbo?
Way off in the distance is the horizon, way further than 10.1 miles. And that should not be. There's no curvature. I mean, and that only happens on a flat world. You will not see this on a curved thing, because eventually these objects should.
You can see how the heavy refraction is moving the shapes of the lights.
be over the side of the hill. They should be behind the curve. And we just don't see that. These two oil platforms, again, one at 6 and one at 10, are right in front. So tell me optically how that happens.
Number one, you're lying about your altitude, and number two,
Absolutely.
This is, look at this crane. Almost looks like an S. It goes like whoop.
Tell me what atmospheric condition can put the horizon behind these objects. You want to say it's a mirage? Okay, well, then if you do that, you can never say that a boat is being chopped in half by the horizon. Because you say, well, no, that's real. A boat being chopped in half by the horizon line, with heavy compression and refraction. Oh, no, that's real. But this right here, sunrise, couldn't be clear conditions, not a cloud in the sky, shooting off at oil platforms at 6 miles and 10 miles, respectively. You can't tell me that this is a mirage. No way. And even if you do say it's a mirage, tell me how mirage puts the horizon behind the objects. That's the big key here. Do this with any sort of piece of paper, bend it in half, put 2 dots on the other side. Tell me how the horizon is behind those dots. If it's a globe, it can't.
Yes, it has about an hour left.
Not be. So again, share this with your friends, show people, look, this is one of the globe killers.
I love the dancing lights. I love those.
But it's going to take people a little while to understand.
Yeah, share this with your friends so that
here.
you don't have friends anymore for very long, and then you won't have anybody but flat earthers to hang out with, and you'll be deeper into the cult with us, where we can take advantage of you.
Here.
All right, I'm gonna just cut that a little short. So the Globers will say, "Oh, look at the oil rig, it's compressed, it's refracting." Yeah, things do refract, they could compress, they attenuate. The light does all sorts of weird things. The light mostly gets pushed down, which goes against the globe. They think,
no, if light downward refraction means that things appear higher, because if the light path goes like this, then it reaches you from above, then you see the thing higher than it should be.
it gets pushed up, but nothing refracts behind a solid object, right? If I'm standing on the salt flats and two people were standing facing each other, and I put a 60-foot wall, a brick wall in between us, how far back would the two of us have to go before we'd see each other? Because on the globe, it somehow magic refraction happens. But if you don't have eye line to that object, then it doesn't refract, because there's nothing to refract. There's no image.
If you don't see it, it doesn't refract. Got it. Okay.
So this is the LoRa transmission. It goes from a boat to a buoy at 10 miles. There's 6.
I spoke. We did a whole show about LoRa with Dan on this channel. It's ducting. The transmission gets caught up and starts reflecting until it reaches
56 feet of curvature. That would stop the transmission. 800 miles. I think that's 85 miles of curvature, right? But this is one that you don't see it. You don't. It's an invisible thing, so a lot of people have a hard time using it, but it is a rock solid proof. Every one of these things I'm showing you is enough proof is all you need.
No, you
don't. Fucking shit, okay? I wish I could compel everyone in this audience to look up every claim this guy makes, because he'll be proven wrong on every single one of them. But I imagine these are the kind of people that don't value Google, AI, actual sources from actual scientists. They only really care what grifters on social media say.
Well, I'm going to email him when I look at his video. I'm going to find the time stamp. I want to ask him for the reference. I'm going to tell him I just want to use it in one of my flat Earth presentations, and I'd like the reference video from that sun disappearing. I don't care what anyone says. That's fake video.
It's a good idea.
So I spoke with Dan. Basically, the area it occurred is prone to temperature inversion layers from the Sahara air layer blowing out over the cold Atlantic. And Dan has the forms U.S. Navy IREPS and a peer-reviewed paper about the effect, but yeah, it's a temperature inversion that causes a duct in which the transmission gets stuck going over the duct, and because the duct forms like a curve over the water, that's why it got extended. It's
So
atmospheric ducting.
are you saying science is taking advantage of a real world effect to their advantage? Oh my goodness! Look,
Yep.
science can do that. Wow.
And if anyone wants to know more of the specifics of LoRa, we did a full show with Dan.
But, you know, the Globers will deny everything.
That
85
works.
miles.
And yes, Real Signal says a full 2 packets made it. Yep. Oh, we have a monkey cat yellow.
Of curvature. 426,000 foot drop. But it's a line of sight microwave transmission. This is a time lapse of the Chicago skyline across Lake Michigan. And the top of the tallest building right here should be a couple hundred feet below the curve. Now the Globers will go, the bottoms of the buildings are missing.
Yes.
You gotta love that. He includes in his argument the reason why his argument is bullshit. And he just concedes that he knows the reason his argument is bullshit.
I mean,
what the
yeah,
fuck?
of course. He knows.
The bottoms are missing. Yeah, because of foreshortening, because of atmospheric conditions, because of the marine layer, but it doesn't matter. The tops of the building should be like 200 feet below the curve, and it's not. It's they say it's a mirage, but you can't have a mirage if it's not line of sight. Rick Hummer and Rob Skiba went down there on a day where you can see it, got on a boat, went 50 miles or however far across, keeping it in focus on their camera the whole time. If it was a mirage, it would have disappeared at some point. It didn't. End of story. Earth is not a ball, or it's a really big ball, right? Like thousands of times bigger. 80 miles away, Milwaukee, right? A 20-foot high observer, 3,700 feet of hidden, 3,700 feet of hidden. That's a 370-story building, but we can see the entire city.
The entire city, and all you can see are a few lights barely on the horizon.
No.
What a liar.
You cannot see the whole city.
I also reject the dichotomy he offered earlier where he said it's either flat or it's a really big ball. There's a third possibility. Dave's a fucking moron.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, Dave is a fucking moron.
Well, really big ball is applicable, isn't it?
Yes. Electron Element sent me this.
Well, no, he said much bigger than the globe model proposes it is. Of course.
The record in question was set from the Portuguese coast, where LoRa beacons on a fishing boat and its buoys were able to open up a gateway on the Spanish Canary Islands. The conductive surface of the sea makes an excellent aid to propagation, and from amateur radio experience, we guess that tropospheric conditions aided by the summer weather could have something to do with it too. Radio amateurs on those coasts and islands chase those conditions and live in hope of making a rare UHF contact across the ocean to the Americas or the Caribbean. The difference in the respective frequency allocations notwithstanding, we wonder whether the same might be possible using LoRa given a fortuitous atmosphere. We're not quite sure whether a set of dual band LoRa gateways could be made to test this idea, though. This record breaks a previous one set between Germany and Poland. If you think you've seen a far greater LoRa record before, you'd be correct, but only in the modulation scheme and not frequency. If anyone wants to keep on reading that, right ahead. Thank you so much, Eric. Electron Element, sorry.
And that's a 370-story building, but we can see the entire city. Impossible.
Oh my, do you see that water bottle here? That's a copper water bottle because it's supposed to give you copper ions that cure cancer or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Because that's a thing.
This is a demonstration of the phenomena known as crank magnetism, where if you're willing to believe that the Earth is a fucking flat dirt pizza and that all of our observations and all of science is wrong, you'll believe pretty much fucking anything. And honestly, I think that's kind of the point of these things. It's to create gullible fucktards who will believe anything, because those people will believe what they're told over what you can confirm with your own eyes and senses, and therefore they're less likely to stand up and make trouble for people when they try to turn your nation into a brutally repressive authoritarian theocracy.
So, do you know Ramboson Bear, with its benefactor? He was one day showing his water bottle, and it had like a geometric path. And he was saying that you fill up the bottle and you put it in the sun, and the geometric, the sacred geometry of the, like a logo that is carved in, is supposed to make the water better.
Yeah, so that
by the water?
Water memory. Water memory is one of the oldest pseudoscience things from the internet. It came around around the inception of the internet, and it's based on these photographs that some Japanese researcher supposedly took, where people said positive things around water, and it made water freeze in this beautiful crystalline structure. And then he said negative things to it, and it made it freeze all ugly. And it's all bullshit.
And then there's also another experiment with growing plants and insulting the plant. And then there's another one with rice, and you speak nicely to one pot of rice, and you yell and you insult the other pot of rice.
Jaron totally believed in that, Jaron Campanella.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah.
It's,
he believed in all that and the manifestation bullshit where you can manifest reality. He totally believed in all of that.
Well, he's at least figured out the Earth is not flat. But I'm still sure he believes in a bunch of bullshit. Like his Facebook picture still has anti-vaxxer proudly declared on it.
Yeah, congratulations, Jaron. You're slightly smarter than a fifth grader.
You just about got there. Almost.
Yeah, you almost managed to become a person.
You get a little bit more.
Just a little more. Yeah.
Let's relax a little bit. It's a process. Holy Hand Grenade says, I speak nicely to all my rice. Yeah, otherwise you get indigestion.
Right? The Globers love Lake Pontchartrain in this one picture, right? Look at the curvature right here, right? The ball is probably 50 miles in circumference with this amount of curvature, right?
What?
Oh my God.
They love this. I mean, you can tell that this is distorted because these causeways or this hump is nothing like that. But they love this one. They ignore pictures like this of the causeway. They ignore it. Right, they just have this one distorted one, and they love it because that's all they have. Right? Why am I showing this? Because this is new. So Kenny from My Lunch Break. If you guys aren't watching My Lunch Break, you're missing out. The Old World. The Old World brings people to flat Earth.
No, my God! What? Tartaria? Seriously? Oh, fuck.
It's the crank magnetism again. All this shit feeds into each other. Dave helps feed his people into these Tartarian conspiracy theories and fucking Atlantis conspiracy theories, which feeds into Holocaust denial, which feeds into it's all a big family, and they know that the more bullshit people believe in, the more likely they are to believe in their specific brand of bullshit too.
By the way, this appears to be an appearance that Dave made in November of last year. Why does he wait till now to release it?
Oh.
Yeah, this is 2025 November, and the tickets are $79 for general admission. They were $179 for premium and $399 for VIP.
Oh, wait,
Who
wait,
the
wait.
hell would pay that much to see Dave?
With all the VIPs.
With all the VIPs. Damn, that's expensive. $379 to meet the derplings? Hell no.
No.
Well, they
Start 'em
for
with
that
the-
price though.
People have
they get-
spent. Sorry,
They get special tinfoil hat VIP seating, a VIP
Yeah.
lunch and breakfast, and they have a private meet and greet with the special guests
Oh, so they get to
Oh,
shake Dave's
fuck
hand while he
no.
just walks away. Nice
and
to
a
meet
signed
you. Bye.
book from the featured speaker.
Oh, shit.
yeah, you got to remember, people
Right.
have sent their entire life savings to Nigerian princes. You know that this is basically the industry that Dave's in. He's
Yeah.
taking advantage of the most gullible and dumbest people around, people who are desperate and mentally ill. Yeah, he's a disgusting person.
He's a scammer.
DJ Curious is not a DJ. Those are his initials. So just say Curious.
And an old world order right here. We got Sean Hibbler right in the audience right there. You got to watch it. That's a great intro for people. So Kenny got the 1954 and 1968 blueprints for Lake Pontchartrain, and it's 23.8 miles. And going through the entire set of blueprints, there's nothing about curvature, nothing. But he got a third document with it, right? So these are the originals. No mention of curvature.
You're
The
scrolling through it so fast.
23 miles, that is about 1/3 of a degree.
And why is he using
1
1954
degree
and
per-
1968? Why not
It's 1 degree per 69 miles. So 23 is 1/3.
But then he got this one other document talking that was dated
Secret document.
2017, and it talks about the curvature in between the segments, and if you have shorter segments, there's less curvature. That's the only thing that talks about it. Isn't that kind of weird that they added that in 2017? That is just admission of guilt right there. That's panicking. They're losing control.
Right. Yeah. The guys that built the bridge, they had to go and because flat earthers were so close to figuring all out that they had to retroactively make okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
People are waking up. Everybody here and everyone else you don't know is going to wake up. and it's gonna be a
Question
problem.
though, would there need to be any reference to curvature because they're going to build the stanchions to whatever height they are. They're all going to be perpendicular to the Earth's core, and they're going to know with math because they use curvature to at least measure the distance between for the lengths of the span. Other than that, do they need to show it in any diagram?
No.
I don't know why he expects to see and because of Earth curvature, because it's just the way things are done. There's nothing to compare it to. It doesn't.
Look, even when you find the document that mention Earth curvature, like when I bring up the engineering document for the David Taylor Ship Basin, or when I brought up the document for LIGO to Taylor the other day on Thursday night, even when you show them the document, they look for whatever cope they can to try and dismiss it.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
What about eclipses? Right? If you're actually looking into eclipses, they disprove the globe. I don't say they prove flat Earth.
How? Please explain to me, Dave, how do eclipses debunk the globe? Go ahead.
They disprove the globe.
So as somebody who has a family member that struggles with alcoholism, I've sat in on a couple of AA meetings, and one thing they tell alcoholics who are struggling is to just fake it until you make it. Fake it until you make it, right? Pretend like you're doing great. I think this is kind of what Dave is doing here. He's pretending that the flat earth is one. He's pretending that all of the things he wants to be true are true. And basically just faking it till he makes it.
That's a good point. The whole AA thing.
Red beret, retard, little retard. We've gone through the motions, and I'm going to make you shut your fucking filthy lying mouth. You still haven't been able to debunk this. I've showed you this like 3 times already, and every time you just derp it up. There is Earth curvature. So suck it.
Yeah, and if you're so smart, come on, panel.
Play Waka. He doesn't. He's a fucking. His balls are made of pussy.
He's like a carrot. Great.
So until you have an answer for that, everyone can play Waka Troll with the dummy.
This was Angels of Light again. He had a infrared camera and a full spectrum camera. This is just a snapshot, but if you watch his video, the infrared camera didn't show any eclipse. He just saw there was no shadow. It just saw right through it. So I don't know that infrared can see through shadows. And then
what?
For fuck's sake, Dave.
Okay, hold on. Because the amazing Astro Dog sent me this the other day. Eclipse. And with the proper equipment, turns out that, yeah, it's the fucking moon that it's in front of the sun. So, Dave, suck it.
Yeah.
This is a new one. If you haven't seen this is fantastic. Eclipses happen in different places in the world. Sometimes they happen in the north, sometimes they happen in the south. These are 2 eclipses, one in the north and one in the south. And did you know that if you search what are the top 20 world record longest eclipses, every single one of them is in the north. This is why.
What? No.
You know that all of the longest solar eclipses all occurred north of the equator. Now, isn't that a curious fact? Let's take a look at what is the cause of that. On a flat Earth with a circling sun, the sun would have to travel faster when in the southern hemisphere to cover more distance every 24 hours to complete its full circle. Now let's take a look at 2 solar eclipses happening, one with the sun in the north and the other in the south. Notice the northern eclipse starts first. As the eclipses continue, you will see the southern eclipse ends before the northern one.
No, the music.
Oh my god. That's it. I'm a flat earther now.
Flat.
No explanation on a
Wait,
globe.
you can't have a total eclipse in 2 different locations like that.
No, you cannot.
No, but they say what the point of that is in their head that confirms that the sun moves faster in the south.
Right?
Easily measurable, though.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Flat Earth. So they also say is only the Earth can, a ball can create a shadow. First, you can't cast a shadow far away. Go out at noon on a sunny day, put a basketball on the ground. You see a perfect dark shadow around it. Lift it over your head. You can't even see the shadow anymore. It just dissipates, right? But when you use a ball to cast a shadow on another ball, it comes out. It starts as an ellipse, and then it becomes a straight line, and then it leaves.
What?
As an ellipse. So here we have a ball casting a shadow onto another ball, and it creates a straight line. That's not what we see. We see a curved line all the time. And if we do it on a flat disc, it makes a curved line. Right?
Groundbreaking.
That's not what we see. Another ball, and it creates a straight line.
How long did he have to fuck around with these examples until he got what he wanted?
I don't know, but that is not a straight line.
I suspect that is not a straight line.
No,
that is a slight, like, because it's close. Look, hold on, let me do boom, 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 boom.
Well, I mean, the whole shadow is curved. Why is that one little particular part straight?
Right before he puts on the. There, like it's curved. It's very slight, but it's curved.
Ball, and it creates a straight line. That's not what we see. We see a curved line all the time. And if we do it on a flat disc, it makes a curved line. Right? And I'm not saying that the moon's a flat disc, but they do call it the lunar disc. And I'm not saying that the ball is casting a shadow.
Remove that line, you dishonest trash bag.
Or even a straight edge of an Earth. I'm just saying the lunar eclipse doesn't make any sense in the heliocentric model. So that's what we see. And you compare it to, a flat disk.
Wait. But how does that even work? If you're seeing the moon and it's the shadow of the flat Earth, how the fuck does that work?
It more matches the other. So again, not proving flat Earth, disproving the globe.
Well, actually, stop and think about
this is
that.
One of my favorite.
Because for that picture, if the Earth were flat in what he's showing right now, the sun would be on the opposite side of the pancake than the moon.
Yes.
Which never happens in their model. Now, I guess that's why he said. I guess that's why he said it also doesn't prove flat Earth.
Dude, this is
The level of scamminess in this is I didn't realize just how much he flat out makes up shit.
Yeah, he lies and he manipulates images. No, and now with AI, like no, Dave.
Like the balloon Artemis.
See how tight he cropped the image on the left? Yes. Yeah, and the line, like when he zoomed in, he left the line there, so you don't really see where the edge of the shadow is.
Proving flat Earth, disproving the globe. This is one of my favorites, and if you've seen it, great. If you haven't, you gotta see this. So right here we have this eclipse. Now this is the eclipse sun. It's just so bright it's blowing out the lens, but it's about 95% eclipsed here. And then this is a lens flare. So let's play it. The lens flare moves around with the camera, but the other one is locked to the sun. It's not moving, and everyone's trying to figure out what it is. So let's see, we're going here. All right. So this is, I made a model eclipse. This is the actual eclipse on the right, model eclipse on the left. What I'm doing is I'm projecting a light onto the back of a paper towel, and I'm eclipsing it with a Snapple bottle cap. All right. The Snapple bottle cap is the eclipsing body, and you can't see it. You can't see it because it's behind the paper towel. You just see missing sun. When you see a solar eclipse, you don't see anything eclipsing it. You see missing sun.
Dave, you're lying, because I just showed that you can, if you do some proper exposure, you can see that it's the moon between the Earth and the sun.
Yeah, I was gonna see. Yeah, you say, you do have missing sun. It's the part that's missing because the moon is in the fucking way.
Yeah, I have pictures of an eclipse. It's just straight up. What the hell is blocking the eclipse? Is the question I always ask these people, and they're just like, "Oh well, blah blah blah."
And you don't see it. So I actually made the sky more transparent with tissue paper. I do the same thing. Here comes the eclipse. This is the source. This is the projection that we see. And when we compare it to the real eclipse, it's the same thing. This and this, exactly the same. So look.
I lost his narrative completely. What he's trying to say.
He's claiming that this is an eclipse, but what the fuck is that bright thing that is not eclipsed? What?
I think Dave doesn't know how cameras work.
I just think he's not making it. I think he gets lazy toward the second half of this whole thing.
Oh yeah.
And none of these points have hit home.
What it is. When he looks for nine clips, here I see a clip when we this and this exactly the same. So my theory, best one yet, no one's disproved it, is that whatever it is eclipsing the sun, and maybe the moon, and maybe something else, is behind the sun that we see. I think the sun.
How can something that's behind
hide?
Oh, motherfucker.
While at the same time, though, he says it could be the actual moon.
Demonstration time. You see the camera, you see the light. How can my hand behind the light source eclipse it? Now, when I put it in front, it gets blocked. But when I put it behind, there's no fucking way that something behind us. Oh, for fuck's sake.
But you notice he covered his face, though. Ever. He said the dumbest thing ever, and then he said, or it could be the actual moon.
Right.
that we maybe three, best one yet, no one's disproved it, is that whatever it is eclipsing the sun, and maybe the moon, and maybe something else, is behind the sun that we see. I think the sun that we see is an apparent sun on the dome or within the dome, and it's being blocked from behind. That's why we can never see what's eclipsing it.
Max, are you meaning to be full screen right now?
Oh no, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Wait, I call bullshit. Everything you
Not that I
displayed in
don't
your
love looking at your beautiful Glover face, Max.
he had. How can he say now that the sun's inside the dome when he had an entire presentation with the sunlight outside of his glass dome?
Yeah. Well,
So
he says
it's-
that the actual sun is outside the dome and the apparent sun is inside.
Play
But
back the last 20 seconds.
Dave, AstroDog got me this picture. It's very clearly the moon that is blocking the sun, you dumbo.
Yeah, I call this kind of thing kettle logic, and it's a common thing with toxic people. They use any argument they can think of, even arguments that contradict each other, to get what they want.
Yeah,
so the phrase kettle logic comes from the anecdote that it's based on. A guy borrows a kettle from his neighbor and he breaks it, and then he returns it and he makes a bunch of different excuses why it's not his fault that it's broken. He claims, oh, it was broken when you lended it to me. Or he claims, oh, I never borrowed it to begin with. Or he claims, oh, you broke it when I gave it back to you. All three of those arguments contradict each other, but they prevent him from being responsible for the broken kettle. So he makes all of them, even though it's not possible for one to be right if the other is.
Mark von Wisco says AstroDog takes the sexiest photos. Oh my, yes. And he's gracious enough to share them with us. So if you
Can you go back 10 seconds?
Yes. If you haven't subscribed to AstroDog, what the fuck are you doing? Do that now.
The sun that we see. Right theory, best one yet, no one's disproved it, is that whatever it is eclipsing the sun, and maybe the moon, and maybe something else, is behind the sun that we see. I think the sun that we see is an apparent sun on the dome or within the dome, and it's being blocked from behind. That's why we can never see what's eclipsing it.
Being blocked from behind. So that means that the apparent sun is in the dome and the real sun is outside of the dome.
Christ almighty.
That is, oh my.
And only during an eclipse or when there's certain smoky conditions can you see the second sun.
Smoky condition. Oh, fuck no. Second sun, really?
And only during an eclipse or when there's certain smoky conditions can you see the second sun or the source sun or the spirit sun, right?
Dave, you're going to hell.
Oh my.
Okay,
What
so I'm going to
And I'm an
clarify
atheist.
because you're using wizardry.
You're using wizardry, Dave. Like, what the spirit sun? Oh, for fuck's sake. It's Goku doing the Genki Dama.
That's because it's so bright, the sun is so bright, you just can't see it. But on certain conditions, you can, like during an eclipse.
It's so bright, you can't see it. Oh, fuck.
Talk about a contradiction.
So I was experimenting with looking up through a dome, and I found this very interesting. I got one of those lit balls, and I'm moving it around, and there was this weird dark spot in the middle, right? And so if this was the moon, and I bring it in, all of a sudden, when it gets almost to a full eclipse, that's when the red light comes in, and so this would be the.
Oh my God. What the actual fuck?
It's almost to a full eclipse. That's when the red light comes in, and so this would be the red light.
And then your sun fills the entire sky.
What the hell?
This is just
such... over. You have that time of red light all.
But you never see that shape on an eclipse, motherfucker. And also, again, this is a solid dome. If this was above us, we would all be crushed under it.
It's when they postulate in real time that the derpiest shit comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Goes away, and then the moon comes back. It's the same pattern that we see during a blood moon eclipse. So that was just playing around with that. Needs a lot more. But again, it's lining up with what we see.
No, it's not.
Tons on eclipses right here in the frequently asked questions. You won't find those videos unless you know where to find them. Southern star rotation, that's their favorite. Globers love looking at the sky and, to prove the flat earth. They go, what's your best proof? And they name something in the sky. I go, I'm not a sky earther. I'm a flat earther, right? I measure the earth. I don't measure the sky. But if the earth was flat, then why do stars rotate in the opposite direction in the north and in the south? Everybody's heard that. And a lot of you probably still believe it, but it's not true.
Because it is true.
Oh, it is true, motherfucker. I see it every night.
It doesn't matter where you are in the earth. If you're in the north or in the south and you face north, all the stars go counterclockwise.
You have to look at the celestial pole, you motherfucker.
Oh, wait. Did he just say if you're in the north and you face the north, then all the stars go counterclockwise? If he did, then that's accurate. So then what?
But it's not true. They don't it doesn't matter where you are in the earth. If you're in the north or in the south and you face north,
oh, he said or in the south.
Or in the south, yeah. But no.
Well, if you face north.
The point is that you have to look at the axis of rotation, which is the south celestial pole.
He knows
and if you're
this.
looking at the south celestial pole, you're looking south. You piece of shit. I will give you 100 dings for lying about the south.
This reminds me of Oakley saying that everything moves from east to west. Yes, that's not what we're saying.
Ah. And then crashing, like Oakley and Vika completely crashing out because I was telling them, you're looking at the sunset, so you're looking west. And Vika is like, no, you have to look north. Motherfuckers.
Wise. No matter where you are, if you face south, they all go clockwise. Right? So here is, we're using stellarium. We're looking north. Play. We're looking north. And let's make it dark. And so we're looking north and we look and the stars are going counterclockwise.
Around the center of rotation, around the south celestial pole. Good. Yeah, we're good on that. And now you're going to change the demonstration and you're going to lie.
Right? Remember, north, you're looking north. No matter where you are, go stellarium, put yourself in Australia, South America, Canada. Look north. They're going counterclockwise.
You need to look south at the south celestial pole, you potato of a man.
Turn around to south. Here's south. And we turn it back on again. And we see the stars going, can you guess? Clockwise. Here they go clockwise. So it's not true. They just say it like it's true, but it's not true.
It is. You're number one. You're still in the north, and you're looking south, and you're not seeing the south celestial pole. Now go to the south and look at the south celestial pole and tell me which direction the stars are moving in. You absolute senile old man.
Here's just me playing with a dome. I got these stars, and as I move
a solid dome,
we see this counter rotation, kind of like what we see in the sky. And again, the optics.
No, you don't.
But do we?
That's not what I see.
Of the sky don't change the shape of the earth. It just tells us how well we understand God's creation in the sky.
Such desperation.
Red Beret's comments are making it through. We need those trigger fingers activated. So yeah, until Red Beret addresses the globe evidence that I provided, just bash him.
We're supposed to believe that we're spinning, orbiting, rocketing through space. None of the stars ever change. This is what.
No, for fuck's sake. The amount of distance that we move, even in 1 year, is infinitesimal compared to the distance to the stars, you dumbo.
When you get derp in small servings, it's dumb. But when you get it this concentrated over an hour or two, I can see how it overwhelms even a person who's sitting there trying to, like, it just happens so fast that he says, yeah, we all know, like they're facts. It's unbelievable.
And that's why Dave doesn't debate, because he knows all of this is lies.
Believe this is, beyond people in Narnia laugh at this. So this is what's going on. We have no problem. The sky works like a perfect clock. Absolute insanity. Now, here's some sailboats, and as we're going by them, I'm moving, and they're all changing positions. They all change their relative position to each other. That's called parallax. But the Earth.
Yeah, Dave, this is a perfectly good analog.
That's how we know the distance to the stars.
Yeah, it's way too low. You need to pump that dumb stuff counter up.
Hold on, I need a mic.
There's no high enough.
Anyways, oh my cat, oh my cat.
Oh my God, indeed.
This is moving 4.5 billion miles a year for billions of years, and there's no parallax in the sky, in the stars.
There is parallax in the stars.
And you know that how over 1 billion years, Dave?
They're all moving, but they never change position. Go out tonight, take a picture. Next year or 10 years, go out, take the same picture, same night. Every star will be in the exact.
No, they won't. They move, and they move at different speeds and different rates because they are at vastly different distances. Dave, there are almanacs of the movements of Polaris that are documented. Even Polaris moves. And eventually, Polaris will not be the North Star, you lying sack of shit. No, I didn't want him kicked. Just time him out for 10 seconds or 1 minute every time he makes a comment. If you do it fast enough, StreamYard doesn't have enough time to process the comment, so I don't even see it. So,
they just released, I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but they just released recently a 25-year time lapse of a nebula and the movement within the nebula. And you could see movement.
I think you showed me the other day that, right?
I don't know if it was me, but I was probably watching it with you. And yeah, there's movement, but for fuck's sake, I mean, what do they? Are they like Mikey? Would they expect to see rotation of a galaxy?
Yes.
Same position. How's that possible? We're moving incredible distances.
Hey, everybody, quick message that I'd like to share with all of you. Our lives are filled with toxins.
Yes, and
you're one of them.
It's called Flat Earth Dave.
Yep.
What's he selling now? For fuck's sake.
Remove, oh my God, Masterpiece. Remove nanotoxins. Masterpiece sets the standards as the keystone detoxification support in today's toxic world. The natural master binder, clinoptilolite, zeolite, nano-size and paired with marine plasma nutrition, sub-nano-size, is a breakthrough in holistic detoxification. Holy word salad, Batman.
Yeah, okay, so listen, detoxes are absolute bullshit. If you have toxins in your body, your kidney and your liver will be removing them, and if they're not, you have problems a lot bigger than a fucking detox from a fucking moron can fix. You need to see a real doctor.
Well, there are like, for example, if you have radiation poisoning, they give you iodine.
Yeah.
So there are stuff that can, but oh my, this is Dave.
Dave,
like you're literally scamming people right now.
This product is an absolute scam.
Welcome, Mr. Eban. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I just wanted to try and address the actual point that Globers are trying to make when we say that there's 2 points of rotation in the night sky. With Witzit's example, with that bicycle wheel, you have to look at the axis of rotation in 2 different directions.
Correct.
So we're looking 180 degrees from one another, from each viewer. On the globe Earth, we're looking outwards rather than towards the center, but we're looking out, but we're looking along the axis of rotation, and we're looking 180 degrees, which is why we see the counterclockwise and clockwise rotation. On a flat Earth, you can only look 90 degrees to that axis of rotation. That's all you've got. You don't have that 180. You only get 50% the way there.
Dirth knows
Right.
this. That's why he completely misrepresented our argument. He knows it's not what anyone he knows it's just inaccurate.
And when you're looking 90 degrees to the axis of rotation, all you see is straight lines. You don't see circles.
Right. We have a challenge. Professor Phil Bell says to Red Berries, would you like to debate me? And let's see if Red
I'd love
Berries
to see that.
we can host it here.
But helping your body detox doesn't have to be complicated. That's where mastery is.
It's very true. Helping your body detox isn't complicated.
No, we're skipping through.
On a globe, and that was what it would look like on a flat Earth. Again, so that was what it would look like. Time lapse on a globe. This what it looked like on a globe, and that was what it would look like on a flat Earth. Again. So the movement of the moon around the Earth. So the Earth is spinning. The moon is going around the Earth as the Earth is going around the sun. Forget the other motion. We're chasing the sun sideways, because it's all relative. But the moon would have to speed up to go in front of the sun, and then it'd have to slow down and then quickly speed up right here. Otherwise, the Earth would get away from it. So what's the mechanism that makes the Earth speed up and slow down? Speed up and slow down. Here's the.
Oh my God! I hate this argument by flat earthers.
I'll let you in on a little secret. What's the mechanism? Gravity, Dumbo.
Honestly, though, are you following him? Because the point of orbit around the sun is a point between the Earth and the moon, not the Earth on that exact. Like he's not even illustrating it correctly.
Red Beret says there's not a single Boltardian under the firmament that can beat me in a debate. Why aren't you accepting the debate against Professor Phil Bell, Dumbo?
Oh, that's adorable. Who is this
I
little
doubt
kid?
that he could win a debate against my cat.
Yeah.
Or Max's cat.
Is he another Q-op wannabe? The little virgins that come in and think they're like king of the globe?
He's even worse because Red Beret is an actual pussy who doesn't dare even speak. Red Beret, like the link is right there. You could come and I will kick everyone off and I'll debate you one-on-one right now.
Or you could bring Professor Phil Bell wants to come
absolutely.
in and talk to him.
Pick a topic, Red, that you know well. 15 minutes total. Max will divvy it up into time. He'll kick us all out, and you can do it live right now.
Yeah. Professor says, is that a yes to debate me? I don't think so. Toon has given the link to Red Beret multiple times, and he always chickens out.
Analogy.
Yeah, but he wants a piece of Phil Bell, though. Maybe
right?
Sorry to interrupt, but maybe Toons isn't smart enough for him. Maybe he just needs to go straight PhD.
Oh yeah,
not going to go well.
Beyond PhD, straight to professor. Somebody who teaches the subject and has landed objects on the moon. Red Beret could put at least one of us in our place.
Oh yeah,
surely.
Remember when Professor Phil brought up his own observations with the Chandarian spacecraft, and Kiko Pip was like, "Nah, that's fake." It's like, dude, he worked on the thing. What are you talking? Oh, now you're hard coping. Isn't that adorable? Didn't you say that you would beat anyone? Why are you running away, Dumbo?
Come on, Red. Do we have to pay you to come on? I'll pay you. What do you need?
Why is he asking us to kick him when he obviously can beat any of us? Beat the best of us. Come on, Red Beret. Come on, step up.
What are your terms, Red? You spell it out.
There's money on the table, Red.
This guy, if he wants to run around this car, when he gets in front of the car, he's got to be moving faster. He's going to get run over, and when he's behind the car, he has to be going slower or just the right speed so it doesn't go past. So he has to speed up and slow down. Doesn't work. There's no mechanism that does that. Now this is the hypersonic sled track, right? That is fast. Now you can't fathom that speed, right? That's Mach 8.6. You can't fathom speed. And if I said, can you fathom twice that speed? No, you can't. Well, the Earth is orbiting the sun. The lumpy rock surrounded by water, surrounded by air, uncontained in a space vacuum. impossible. It's going 10 times faster than this. Around the
Oh, big number scary. That
Big
gets you
number
20,
terrifying. Yeah.
20 things. And also, let me remind you that it's going faster than the speed of sound, where there's almost no medium, dummy.
the sun.
Yes, there
And
is
it's
no
also
speed of sound in
chasing
a
the
vacuum.
Yeah.
Red
Everything
Beret,
is traveling faster than the
is your
speed of
keyboard
sound in
not
a
working,
vacuum.
bro? I just want to check. Red Beret, everything working
Oh.
okay? What are your
We
terms?
got timed out there for a little while by Dragon.
Okay.
110 seconds. Oh, no, 10 seconds only.
Sun 100 times faster than that. 100 times faster than that. But we never see. Oops. We never see. Any sign of those motion.
I love when they put the rocks like, Dave, those rocks are moving the same speed as the Earth. So
I hate to say it, but this is just totally boring now. Dirth is just over. Like, he doesn't even know when to make a point and when to stop. He just is terrible at this.
give me 1 second here. Here we go.
Well, have you ever met a flat earther that's good at anything, really?
No.
No, but he should be able to, since he doesn't do what all the rest of them do, debates and a lot of live streams and all that, I thought his content would be honed.
So look at that. Why isn't that coin falling off, Dave? When the fucking train is going at 348 kilometers per hour.
We can guess his answer.
Right? Look.
Container.
Conservation of momentum, Dave.
And if your answer, Dave, is container, since you guys say the flat Earth has a container, so
I'll debate anyone under one condition. Let him answer. What condition, Ready?
And no, we can't get you laid, bro.
Yeah, no, that is an impossible task. Red,
We're also
come
not
on.
going to give him $1 million either.
What's the condition, Red?
Red, I'm pretty sure pretty much everybody on this panel could debate you with half their brain tied behind their back.
What I usually tell to Matthew Hakim is, I could debate you while ODing on heroin and foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, we could probably beat him in a debate with a quart of vodka in us.
Yeah. Max just made some very convincing gurgling sounds, way better than whatever Matthew Hakim is saying. Yeah.
Come on, Red. What's the condition? Oh my, he types it with his index finger.
He's a poker.
Those energies. People are like, well, it's all going one speed. No, it's curving. If you're going 1,000 miles an hour or 60,000 miles an hour and you turn, you feel that. That's known as acceleration.
Yes. Now make that turn last 1 year. Enough said.
But we can do stuff like this, right? The Earth is doing this and we don't feel any of that. I'm calling BS, right? So the three body problem, we have more.
Oh, for fuck's sake, no.
This is how he ends it with those people falling asleep. This is where he goes.
He still has half the presentation to go, dude.
Oh my God.
He doesn't understand the three body problem. That's for sure. It's about three bodies of similar mass orbiting each other, like three stars.
You think the MAGA guy understands it, Max?
Well, no, I mean, MAGA tells you doesn't understand for sure.
Than the three body problem. Computers can't figure out what three bodies are going to do. These are four bodies, equally spaced, couldn't be any more organized, same amount of gravity, and a computer is going to just take them, and their gravities are affecting each other. And in a short period of time, they go into what I call chaos mode, and they just start doing their own thing, and no computer can figure out what they're going to do next.
There is no closed form solution for the three body problem, but it's been solved, you lying sack of shit.
countless bodies in our solar system and our galaxy, but the sky is a perfect clock, and it doesn't do this. We can, a planetary alignment should kill us all, but it doesn't.
No, because the planets don't have anywhere. A very high percentage, I don't remember exactly the figure, but I think it's over 90% of the mass of the solar system is just the sun.
Because it's all nonsense. How about the sun rising in the southeast and setting in the southwest? Now, this is a more complicated visual thing. Steve Faulkner from Spacebusters has done some great work on this, and you can find it in the Southern Stars and Moon rotation section on the app. I recommend, I put a 10-minute clip in there that'll really explain it. We don't have time to go over it, but it makes perfect sense once you understand how we see what west is, the difference between south and north and east and west. There's big differences, and it's how we see the world.
Hey, Max.
One of the
It's 99.86% is the sun makes up.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, Donnie said 99. Yeah. So not even close to being remotely analog to the three-body problem. Oh, fuck. Dave, we see different stars here in the south. And again, what I'm going to put myself here for just a moment. Open my night sky app. And I predict Polaris is going to be over there. So search Polaris, directions to Polaris. Ha! Called it. Polaris for me is over there for some reason. And yet, if I go outside and I look up with this app, and I'm showing you the app that I'm using, when I use this app outside and I do the same thing, but for the Southern Cross, it shows me the Southern Cross. Let me look for it. Cross, directions to the sun, to the Cross. Oh, where the fuck is it? Oh, it's over there. And the other day we did this with Icy Spin, and for Icy Spin, Crux was towards the floor and Polaris was in the sky. Funny how that works.
Theories I have, and a lot of people kind of agree with this, is that there are just northern stars, and the northern stars are reflected into the south.
Sorry.
So
No,
if they're
Dave.
reflected into the south, you should be able to ask Dave via email where and what time and date you can look and see the North Star.
Yeah, but they're not.
Well, of course
straight up lying. Dude, even flat earthers, other flat earthers accept that there are different stars in the south.
This is just a theory, right? So I've got my northern stars here, and as I spin, they spin in the opposite direction, still east to west in the south. And no matter where I go around, I'm going to see that same rotation of stars.
I'm sorry, is that a mirror? Yes, it is.
Looks like two octopus.
Yes. The plural for octopuses can be octopuses, octopi, or octopods.
Speaking of pussies, Red, did you get back to us yet?
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Yes, I said octopods, octopuses, or
No, I said speaking of pussies, Red, did you get back to us yet?
No,
Red has continued to just talk shit without saying whatever his one stipulation is. So I think his one stipulation is I don't have to debate.
Yeah.
And
So it was
he's also called us homeless and penniless at the same time.
I have pennies and a home.
Yeah, we're not even saying you have to actually prove. We'll debate. Well, they're offering to pay you just to come up and make your case. How fucking nervous and unsure of yourself do you have to be just to not make money just to make your case? Come on.
Okay, so it's not money, Red. You had one stipulation. It is what?
Octopod.
That he can run away. That he can run away at any time that he pleases. Is that the stipulation?
Puggles, I learned this from a lady that has a channel, Lindsay Nicole. She's a biologist.
Do we
Infinite
need
number of
3?
locations. So there's infinite.
We're talking about the word for the plural of octopus.
No, I know. I'm just saying, do we need 3?
I don't know.
South Pole stars.
Language is complex,
Or
Jack.
South Pole location. And that is just a theory. Again, we don't know how the sky works.
So people are now paying Dave to just ramble about theories.
Yes. And again, Dave, you can do your mirror demonstration all you want. The sky is quite different in the south than in the north. That's just a fact.
It's a more of a non-physical, metaphysical God's realm.
Oh, there he goes, pulling the 5th ace out of the deck.
It's God's realm. It's not physical. Okay.
We've reached the bottom. All right. Yep. So here it is. Flat Earth. You need miracles. You need God. You need magic, and you need mystery to make this shit work. And that's because it doesn't actually fucking work.
If they were consistent and they always said it's magic, then, well, okay. But the problem is that they try to give us scientific explanations, and then only when they're absolutely backed into a corner, they
pull a Dean Odell.
invoke the magic. Yes, pretty
Yeah,
much.
the Dean Odell who went from saying it would prove the Earth is a globe to, well, Satan was just some.
Satan. Oh, look at this copium. The app that shows the stars going underground instead of going around. As soon as they get out of view, God damn it, you're really dumb. Oh, isn't that adorable? Would you like to take an IQ test head to head with me?
Doesn't he have to think that the stars freaking Pac-Man waka around to the other side? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Waka.
Oh, it's worse than that. The recent model that they bought out, they bury themselves through the ground and come up the other side.
Right. Yeah. Even, oh my, it's so weird. Like they even have, you can turn on satellites, and the satellites, they go to the ground and they appear on the other side. But if a satellite crashes into the ground, then it will not appear on the other side.
I think the worst thing that doomed that was as soon as Toon was able to retrieve the comments, and they're basically pulling out the comments while leaving the logic in. That's just flat out lie at that point.
Oh yeah, the Blood Bros, they really like lying.
Yeah. As soon as I saw it, I saw the astrophere, the celestial sphere, chopped in half, sitting on a flat map. As soon as I saw it, that's the sphere of the celestial bodies. Why is that on a flat Earth model at all?
And they need to cut it in. It's the personal dome of vision or whatever. But the problem is that if you map it for 2 observers at the same time, it doesn't work.
That is above us. Now, this is the prog clock. Let's listen to what he has to say about it. It's a great short video.
This is the last Hartarian clock that still works to this day. It is 100% evidence.
Oh my God.
Arterian clock.
Jesus
my.
Flat.
Fuck them.
Yes, we can make advanced clocks.
This is his evidence. Some fucking goober on a fucking short on YouTube or Facebook.
No, worse.
TikTok.
This is TikTok.
TikTok. Fuck me.
Yeah. And I bet he's never heard of the what is it? 57-250 by who was it? Who made the 57-250? That would have been. It was a clock manufacturer, old clock manufacturer, celebrating their 250th anniversary, they made a watch with 57 different complications in it. Vacheron Constantin, it was the most advanced clock in the world at the time. Yes, we can make really 57
Oh my.
270.
He's using Egyptian. I don't want them to get dinged for the music.
The stars are what move above us, and that.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Give me 1 second. I have an image for this.
I hope he at least gave the people there attending this a break to go get a snack. For God's sakes.
Egyptian, yes. The convenient thing that they're forgetting here.
Science.
No, well, yeah, no, but in regards to that very specific image that they're showing.
Sarcasm.
In Egyptian cosmology, you see the little falcon at the top with the sun hat that is also surrounded by a snake. That, like, you see that he's on a boat, right? So he goes and then comes down, and then you see him in the underworld. He goes below the earth and then comes out on the other side, and the sun rises and sets, but goes below. It goes towards the underworld. That's one of those. And then the other one, where is it? Fuck, I lost it. 1 second. Enoch, Egyptian. This is what they were seeing, and that's why they make that representation. Let me make it bigger. Right? They're just seeing the Milky Way. Oh, you pussy, you don't get to call people the F slur here.
But they
especially
really
when you don't. The last time you saw a pussy, you were coming out of it.
Could they really see that back then, though?
What, this?
Yeah. Well, the
Of
Milky Way
course.
stuff.
I mean, yeah, of course, they could see it even more. Like when night is night, right? When you only have like a couple of torches and you don't have massive amounts of light pollution, then yeah.
Well, I haven't seen a dark night in like a decade at least.
Well, yeah, because we have shitloads of light pollution everywhere. But if you go, like, I've been to the countryside, and as soon as you get away from the lights of the city, the sky is pretty amazing.
We are stationary. It's like the Egyptian depiction of the Earth. We have a flat, stationary Earth and the stars on the firmament.
Liar, filthy liar, lying, scamming grifter. That's not, the Egyptians believed that the sun went below the earth.
I want you to take notice at the middle part of this clock.
No, okay, hold on. The music on this is driving me nuts. Of course, has to bring up the... Oh, look at that. In the bottom row, in the middle, that's supposed to be Yggdrasil. So they want to claim that the Norse believed in a flat earth. Spoiler alert, they didn't. Because each realm is a branch of Yggdrasil. So what's the cosmology of the Norse? It's tree-shaped.
No brain solstice for exactly look through the the committees of historical preservation, but the
oh fuck
no.
no.
Yep. Look at that. Space is fake. Yeah.
He's
Okay.
going to start showing his he's going to start showing his fake video. Yeah, nope. All right. Oh my. Oh boy, that was a whole lot. Sorry, Jack. When I change the scene, you lose the audio.
Not always. Not a problem.
All right. Boy, that was. Whew. There's a reason why I don't cover dirt too much. It's I fear for my brain. Constantly. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that's a very complicated watch. I reckon it costs about $10 million to develop and manufacture.
Oh, $10 million?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
There's only one of them.
Damn.
He should just pull a Trump phone and rebrand something from 5 years ago.
Yes. Celestial indications and
Yeah, that's a complicated watch.
Yeah.
It's a pocket watch, but it weighs like 1.4 kilos, I think.
But wait, what do you have to? You have to use a metal brace in your pants so that they don't fall off.
I think you stick it in the vest pocket. You know how you used to have those old vests and you stick it in that pocket on your vest?
It makes you walk tilted forward.
Yes. But man, they put some effort into that watch.
Oh, yeah.
There's whole video channels on watches for millionaires and stuff. It's a money sink. Like in a video game, you have to have something in there that's a sink. It's a money sink for the players, and that's what these millionaire watches and stuff are. They need to spend their money on something.
Everyone, Red Beret used the F slur again, so he's banned. Bye. Continue watching in silence, you doofus. I told you not to call people that, especially since you haven't seen a pussy in years. So, bye. Okay. Final thoughts. Let's start with you, Mr. Jack. Chirp.
Honestly, dearth infuriates me. I mean, while other, and here's why, other flat earthers like Mikey has just got an intellect of a 5-year-old. There's reasons for, and Vlad does this whole act about, but dearth, he exploits people's ignorance. He needs them to be dumb, and not just that, he exploits them for money. Like, Mikey's just saying dumb, crazy things. Same as Vlad, same as most of them. But Dearth is making a business out of it, and I don't think a person thinks he really is a flat earther. I'm sure he would fail a polygraph, and I would put money up to prove it, which he'll never take that challenge.
No,
and I just don't like the grifting at the level he's grifting. It's like Trump grifting now. It's just out in the open.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Brenda, final thoughts.
Yeah, I agree with Jack's assessment there that there's some flirts who are there's in a sense they're victims. People like Mikey just doesn't have the ability to understand. I mean, he thinks you can point the thermometer at the sun and get its temperature. Right? I guarantee you, Dearth doesn't think that. He's not that dumb. And so he and others, a couple others, are more evil than dumb.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
I asked Jaron once, and Jaron told me that he thinks that Dave literally believes his own lies. I see the argument. I can't imagine someone being that delusional about reality, because if he believed his lies and he believed that it was true, then why didn't he accept the trip to Antarctica? My thought is that he knew that the 24-hour sun would be there, so he he would back. I'm sorry. He would have backed himself into a corner if he went. Don't bite me, you puto. He would have backed himself into a corner if he went, and the grift would have ended. So just deflecting away from that gives him the plausible deniability to continue grifting. So I honestly can't buy that he believes his own lies. I think that he knows he's grifting and he will continue to grift. Calm down, you cat. Mr. Eman, final thoughts.
There was a lot of stupid there that was easily debunked and no real explanation of anything that, no evidence to support any of his claims. He was just doping it out again.
And how he lies, he jumps from one lie to the next is that's wild. Wow, one lie after another. Austin, final thoughts.
This is an industry. Pushing pseudoscience makes money. It gets people subscribers. It gets people clicks. And you can see Dave's pushing his app. He's pushing this fucking cleanse that doesn't do fucking shit. Just don't get fooled, people. Get a good epistemology. Get a system of people you can trust who aren't grifters like this fucking guy. Like somebody who actually knows math to talk to you about math things. Because Dearth doesn't know math. Dearth is a liar who lies to gullible people for money. He is basically the modern version of the Nigerian prince email. And don't send the Nigerian prince your life savings. He's not real.
Oh, yeah. Let me get the crickets ready. Isa, you there? No. All right. With that, make sure to do the social things like, share, subscribe, send this to a friend, send this to your significant other, go to the corner, yes, the corner of your street, and you'll subscribe to Yerba Mate Talks. And that way we can share the love for the channel. We'll see if we do something tomorrow and what. And until then, thank you so much. Love you all. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Peace out.
Bye all.